Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chapelaria Season 3 Grand Finals on Team Fortress TV. My name is Cornpop, and I'll be casting tonight alongside my casting partner, Mela, and our good friend Console will be running the stream. Tonight's a very special night, Mela. For the first time ever, Team Fortress TV is casting a South American game. These are the two best teams in the region. Let me know what you're expecting from these guys.
Well, a lot of familiar faces over on the side of Swift South America. Of course, notably Paua, legend of the game, played in NA Invite a long time ago, around season 10 through 13, 14 or so. Obviously famous for his sniper prowess. And then they also have Legit, who's played quite a bit in the NA scene, where some of the people in NA might recognize him from. He's going to be playing Soldier. And they also have Ninjax of Black Swan in North America on the side of Swift. He's been one of the upcoming scouts in the NA scene, and can expect a lot from him tonight as well.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the other side, B Work, as they're called. I can just run down the roster. I've heard a couple of these players, but I don't really know much about them. They're gonna have Seiko as their medic, Nas on Demoman, Unled and Hasten are their soldiers, and then Wanderlust and Eclipse are their scouts. This is mostly like an Argentinian team, so it's kind of neat. This isn't like a dynamic we see at all in North America, but you kind of got like the battle of the two countries. It's not exact. Obviously, Ninjax is from Argentina, and he's playing on SVIFT with all the Brazilians, and then Unled is from Chile. So that's kind of neat, just seeing the flags matching up against each other, and puts a bit of national pride on the line, I guess, at the same time. So that's pretty cool to see. But yeah, we are having a best of 5 here. The maps are on Team Fortress TV. We're gonna have Process up first, followed by Snakewater, then Gully Wash, Metalworks, Sunshine. The way this league works is it is first to 5 or 30 minutes, whoever wins. So kind of a modified rule set, not something we see in EU or NA, but it's kind of like what we see for lands and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the rewind rule set, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
The best rule set, in my opinion.
I like it a lot, just because it means we don't have to have a 6-hour grand final. But at the same time, it puts that pressure on to actually reach those 5 points.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a best of 5, first map process staple of the game. Very scout friendly, of course, so, that does, in my mind, lend itself to the side of Swift, having Paua and Ninjax, two incredibly good scouts. And it's pretty good for sniper as well. It's one of those maps where you will on occasion see players running sniper to mid, even like Kradu over in EU, etc. It's not a bad map for sniping, so could definitely see Paua doing some of that. But I'd say most likely the scouts are going to be the biggest factor here.
Yeah, so I mean, neither you nor I are super familiar with this scene, obviously. This being the first South American cast, at least I've ever done.
Yes.
And I'm thinking you're probably the same.
No, not at all. The small talk is going to be scarce.
Yeah, I don't know if we can go super in depth into these like players and stuff, but I think it's really neat that we're like even 10 years into the game's existence, we're still like checking out new scenes. And like a lot of times I feel like, at least for me, I worry that the smaller scenes are kind of dying out, but South America is kind of flourishing right now. Like the Chapelaria league, I'm very sorry if I'm butchering that, by the way, but the league that they've set up here is it's going pretty well from what I can understand. And so it's really cool that we still have people in different communities that are setting up leagues like this and making sure that there's still ways to play TF2. And I mean, they like reached out to us just a few days ago. They were like, "Hey, would you guys want to do an English stream of the grand finals?" And I was like, "Yes, of course!" Like, it's at a pretty good time for us North Americans, and so I'm really excited to see what the South American scene can bring.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just based on the players that we see in this server, I mean, I would expect the quality of game here will be, at the very least, like around Black Swan tier level, considering there's a guy from Black Swan here. And then also, I mean, Paua is like he was, I'm not sure how much CF2 he's been playing recently, but, back in the day, he was like a legit top 4 NA scout with high ping. So, I mean, he was incredible. So, I mean, have to imagine the quality of game here is definitely going to be, at least representative of like the sort of like low mid invite kind of area that Black Swan would be in. So I would imagine that we're going to be seeing some pretty good gameplay, and hopefully I'm NA, I feel like we don't hit as many air shots. EU, they hit all the cool shots. So I want to see what South America has to offer as far as air shots, Cornpop.
That's honestly so true. Like, I feel like for North Americans, we really don't see very many air shots, like, comparatively. Like, I know there was one in like the last game I casted, so this is kind of like you're bad that I'm saying this, but like, it definitely feels like we don't see as many. Same with sniper shots too. I feel like Europeans get all the like fancy sniper shots that go into frag videos, whereas North Americans, we don't seem to get
Yeah,
as
that's
many.
true. We just shoot the ground, and
Yeah,
it's pretty boring.
yeah, we're just boring. We just give Banny checks.
But that being said, though,
I have been told that they're starting.
Oh,
So,
really? Okay,
and
so we'll be
we're
going
probably
live
just
here in
waiting for the
2 minutes.
STV leg. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. So, do you have any kind of, now we can't make a highly educated prediction, unfortunately.
No.
But what are you thinking?
I don't know. I hope it's close. Like, I think Swift is probably the favorites just because we know more of the players and like they're the team that got the sponsorship from Swift. So it makes sense, obviously. Most people know who Swift are, the global TF2 organization that have, I think they sponsor team in every region. Yeah, because they just got Australia, didn't they? Kind of recently. So that would lead me to believe that probably the Brazilian team Swift are the better of the two teams. What I'm more interested in is like what the gaps can be like. I don't know if this is actually going to be close. Like this might be a 3-0 3-map-0 roll. I hope it's not. I don't think it will be, but it'll be interesting to see as we're going live here, Mela.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, over on the side of Swift, I'm actually looking forward to seeing what Legit can do on Soldier, because he plays a lot of Scout in NA, and he's pretty sick. I personally, I like playing with him in Pugs a lot. I always win with him, so I kind of want to see what he's going to be able to do here on Soldier.
Well, Nas here quite a bit faster than Acrom, so going to be able to spam down those stickies. Got a little bit of extra damage down. We can see both teams just arriving in the middle point now. He wants to get aggressive here. Power getting pretty aggressive, just going to the enemy team's IT. Double soldier bomb coming in now from BW. Getting a lot of aggression on the medic. Jao goes down. That's no more heals on the side of Swift. And with Power going down as well, it looks like it's going to be a mid for the B-Work team. Zolak's trying to get in onto the medic. There he goes. Does get that. Now the complete aggression coming in from everybody. They are going to lose all their players because of it, but they got that medic, so I guess that was worth in their eyes.
Yeah, Swift with a very, very, very delayed bomb on that mid. The early aggression was all on the side of Monkus, and they all bombed in pretty much straight off the bat, and that gave them a huge advantage. Medic going down for Swift immediately, all the heals inside of B work, and it just paid off in the end. I mean, the delayed bombs did come in, they got the med at the end, but actually now, with Unled going down, this is going to open it up for Swift to take a mid fight here. It's not easy to push into process mid, though, off a small advantage, or really any advantage, so we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, they're kind of coming to this choke area, and they're trying to bully their way in. You can tell Legit's gotten a lot of ground. Power as well. Here comes the double soldier bomb. They're getting super denied, just thrown back. It looks like they're going to escape anyways because of that large uber charge advantage, but good job on the scouts on the side of B-Work to be able to deny those bombing soldiers, not let them actually get anything as they ran into that middle point. Now they're still not done with the aggression, though. You can see Legit's bombing in, and here comes the Kritzkrieg, actually. That's the source of this aggression. Some great scout crits actually coming out here. Great job by Ninjax, able to hit 2 of those shots. Acrom gets another one onto Haysense. That leaves only 3 left alive. It is the Medic Demo and Wanderlust getting back to that last point. So this is still going to be Ubercharge in favor of Seiko, but 3 frags are great crits on the side of Swift.
Yeah, that looked like a disaster. They dropped 2 players immediately, but Ninjax with the crits scout salvage. So they are going to be able to cap that second point. 100% Uber, though, on Seiko. So they're going to be looking to push out. Probably, yeah, they're going to go through that lobby side. Maybe go for the double soldier bomb out lower. Medic walking through. It's going to be a soldier and a scout Uber. Swift posts it up. Soldiers bombing in. They want to get the force. It does come out, and no real opportunity to claim any frags here for BW. They get one somewhere on the flank. Zolak, he was in behind. He's going to go down, but Crits is almost up again for Swift, and they want to repush immediately.
Yeah, this could be bad if BW aren't careful now. They're getting a lot of damage on the Demo Man, and that's going to really hurt the Kritzkrieg with Acrom going down. I mean, last time they had a successful crits just with the Scout there, but now with 4 left alive, 1 still coming up off that respawn. Swift are just getting 100%. We'll see if they want to go. It looks like they were leading on Legit, maybe. You see Zolak has arrived as well. Only 40% on the side of Seiko, so they don't actually have to rush this Kritzkrieg super heavily, but they're getting in through the choke now, and this is going to be their opportunity to get forward. They got to watch out, try to protect Zhao, and we can see Hastings bombing in on the medic and almost got him down, but not quite. He didn't even pop off that Kritzkrieg, so really nothing achieved by the soldier there on the side of B-Work, and with that, it's going to be the second point just going in favor. Didn't even have to pop.
Yeah, it's a tough situation as a roamer to have to try to bomb the medic there because you know you're not going to force him. There's no reason to pop the crit. So you either have to get the kill or you're kind of just throwing your life away. And unfortunately for BW, the roamer does go down. They have the heavy up on last, though, and with the Uber, it's going to be an easy defense as long as a crit sticky doesn't meet the medic. Playing forward is Seiko, though. They actually are trying to get some aggression here into the lobby, which that could pay off if the crits tries to come in and they catch them off with the Uber, but Swift are content kind of just posted up on the point right now. I mean, this is actually, wow, this is some serious aggression for BW. They actually Uber out lower. All of Swift is getting out choked. Soldier trying to jump away. Legit is doomed, though. He's going to crater. But now the Uber's worn off. The crits can come in. They're only down one player. Here it comes onto the demo.
Yeah, they're not finding anything with the first two, still throwing some stickies up. It's going to be Zolak who's actually still getting into this last point. Looks like B-Work were already all the way out of that point, so that crits didn't accomplish anything at all. Now Zhao's taking a little bit of damage, and we can see Ninjax does get taken down, so pushing forward on these players are going to force them out of that last point. Swift had a really tough time trying to get forward there, and this is going to put a huge advantage. Well, maybe not super huge advantage because the crits does build a little bit faster, but pretty much even or slightly at least. Never mind, actually. Zolak comes in the double kill with that bomb, taking down Wanderlust and Seiko. All right, that changes things, definitely. Zhao with 63% crits and a soldier bombing in. It is a heavy that he's trying to face down, so Zolak's not going to find any luck, but they're just already getting on that point with these numbers advantages. They don't even want to wait for the overcharge, and it pays off. Swift take the first round.
Yeah, Seiko with such a long respawn. Just a crucial 2K there from Zolak that wins them the round straight up. I mean, you know, that almost felt like an inevitability that the round was going to be lost there. BW, I like the aggression. They were just pushing out of last on these small advantages, but when you push out of last on small advantages, it can cost heavily, and that's exactly what happened there.
Once again, Akrom pretty slow to mid compared to Nas, so we'll see if that affects anything. Again, Power really aggressive. Unled's taking quite a bit of damage early. There's a big bomb coming in from Zolak. He's not finding a whole lot. They kind of played Ring Around the Rosie, and Zhao's in so much trouble. Oh, he's so low. Hasten finally finds that rocket. Meanwhile, most of his team have collapsed. They're going in for the medic if they can get everything they can. Zolak perfectly positioned, but he does hit the long-range rocket and take down the medic right before he dies. Still, though, 6 players had to die for that one med pick.
Yeah, BW has such a better early game on the mids. I mean, both mids so far have devolved to Swift having to all in on the medic. And when you have, you know, like 3-4 bombing classes alive, like, you're going to get the med, but you already lost the mid, and it's all over. So BW so far, yeah, great early mid. Swift is going to have to switch something up. They are, of course, in the lead 1-0. Powa clearing some sticks here in lobby. Slight ad on the side of Swift. Is they're actually on this crit still.
Yep.
It's a interesting choice. I mean, they're trying to push out 6v6, which is risky. Soldier flying away, gets pistoled down by Ninjax, and actually aggression on lead. He's going to go down as well, not able to get anything, legit taking damage, but the heal beam right on him. So Swift, a weird, you know, taking a weird opportunity to push out to make it work.
Yeah, now they're already on this middle point. It's only 60% Uber from Seiko. I think they might expect this crits, but I'm not sure that they've actually seen it yet. So they could pop at any point in time, and here they go with the crits. They do get Eclipse, and they're going to take down Demo Man as well. Nas gets cleaned up by those stickies there, and Ninjax with the scout frag as well. So at least 4 left alive on the team who's running away right now. You can see Ninjax gets so aggressively into the second point. If he can get it on the medic, actually, this could be really big if he can get this medic frag, but Seiko's dodging so well, and the team is all there. So that's not going to happen for him. Zolak does take down Unled elsewhere, but that's going to just put it at 5v5 and large overcharge advantage in favor of B-Works.
Yeah, really strange positioning on that retreat from BW, but it actually pays off because it baited out the crit so early. Scouts on the last point. Powell is just facing down the world. He might trade for the demo. No, he's just going to go down without getting a single frag, and Nas, he's going to get re-healed. 100% Uber, crits at 60. They are going to be pushing out here, BW. They're coming from the lobby. They've been pushing out lower just about every single time, and it looks like they're going to do it again here.
Pop forward. They want to get legit. Legit's very low. He's going to be an easy frag, but the rest of them not going to be coming so quickly. Looks like that's going to be the only one they end up getting with that Uber charge. And I mean, that was fine. They're going to get the positioning as well, but now the crits is about to come out for the second time, and they're going to get a very fast one onto Unled. You can see Hasten as well tried to get some aggression down, bomb forward. Now another soldier bombs. They finally did to take him down, but that's 3 dead on the side of BW. Now you can see it's 2 scouts and a medic left alive. They're not going to have Uber charge anytime soon. Swift want to run into this last point. Wanderlust coming up on heavy to try to stop this push. That's going to be coming in this last point, but really there's only a 3-on-3 still fighting here, and Ninjax in the back line's taking quite a bit of early damage, a little bit of point time, but thrown against the wall of the scout, not going to accomplish anything. This might be a little bit too aggressive from Swift. Losing their demo man as well is going to seal the deal. They need to get out of this last point.
Yeah, BW, they are going to push out here. Charges relatively even. Is Soldier actually going to get caught out? Legit might get caught out too. Just, too far forward. And the Soldier's here on Swift. And he's going to crater out.
Yeah.
And those two overextended deaths, I mean, really no purpose to that. They were just spamming bats. They weren't really in position to try to go for the medic or anything. So they just throw their lives away. And it's going to make it easy for BW to walk in here. I mean, the biggest issue you have pushing process mid, what makes it so hard often is it's so easy for Soldiers to get spam in from playing on the roof, forced through IT. And if you walk through choke, you just take so much spam as a medic. But when none of that is there, easy to walk in. Fritz is going to come in though from Akron, but he goes down right away. Nos with the stickies into choke. Uber popped off. They're going to get 2 crucial frags. And this should be another point taken relatively easy now for BW.
Yeah, this is a good way to swing the momentum in their favor. I mean, that exchange wasn't going great for Swift. Maybe if they had been able to catch him off guard with that crits, but crits versus Uber is never going to favor the team running that crits Krieg. And now it looks like Zhao, is he switching off? He's back on last. Yeah, it looks like he is back on that regular Uber charge. So they're going to be using that to defend the last point. Obviously, they put themselves at a slight disadvantage because of that. So with him 50% already on the side of Seiko, I mean, Pao is up on Sniper. Gonna try to do something here, either just force off the Uber charge early or actually click ahead. Oh, there he goes. Finds it. Not the head, but that doesn't really matter if it's fully charged.
No, it definitely doesn't. So Seiko down. This is going to be a push out for Swift. Pao doing the smart thing, of course. He's going to switch back to Scout as legit. Just trying to check for these stickies walking out under. All these BW Soldiers, they're just in great spam positions right now. They're really locking them out. Tons of damage coming in from Haysen. And now, legit, he's in deep behind. He's going to be stuck in sewer trying to get the pack. This is so weird. I mean, there's just players everywhere for BW. They have so many players in last right now. And they force out the mega chaos push from BW. I don't know how so many players were alive to get into last, but they get the force. And actually, Ninjax with a bit of an overextension on Led's going to pick him up with the rockets. He goes down in IT, and now with Swift, what?
Swift's still sitting on the second point. I mean, coming in now, B works. They want to be able to force Swift back out. It is pretty much even Uber charge, but Zolak's actually getting right on the medic. He missed that first rocket, but nobody's killing him. Now Seiko at about 50 HP. Still staying alive there, 50% even. Looks like with enough soldier aggression that B-Work are going to be able to get onto the second point. But no real ad to speak of, so it's going to be tough if they want to roll it straight into last.
Yeah, Ubers are going to be evening out here, and Zolak, he's just about to respawn. So at this point, in the classic stalemate situation, I'd imagine BW will be trying to get some sort of off class here. I mean, both teams have actually been playing really aggressive. I mean, they like in some of these situations where typically you would see the game just stalemate out, one of the teams just opts to push, and I mean, I like it. I like the aggressive TF2, so we'll see what BW chooses to do here. At the moment, kind of just posted up watching for Swift to go for the aggression. Actually, Scout in. Wanderlust is going to take out Legit. He had his back turned, eats the meat shot. Going to get traded out, though, by Ninjax, and now 5-on-5, just back to the stalemate.
Yeah, I would expect to see Wanderlust come up on an off class. Probably Sniper. Usually that's what we're seeing if a Scout's just going to run in there. And he is going to spawn on Spy first of all, and he is walking out that, but Zolak is on top of things. He's going to be able to check that off class, and the enemy team, Swift, are definitely going to know that there's a Spy around. Powa still up on Sniper regardless. They're just going to be cautious of that Spy. And Powa just peeking this choke right now. He sees the outline of the Spy, but obviously he can't take a shot at that.
Yeah, Powa, aggressive angle and rollout. Eating a lot of spam. He's going to have to back up his Wanderlust is, he's creeping.
That he is working his way in now. You can tell they're checking for him quite aggressively. Like, they are fully aware that there's a Spy here, and it's going to be really tough for Wanderlust. If there's a distraction or something, this might be doable, but they're just checking so thoroughly. They're so scared of the Spy, and rightfully so, because obviously all it takes is one quick stab and the whole game falls apart.
Yeah, absolutely. Swift, they're holding these doors aggressively, and I mean, at the moment, it's really just all on Wanderlust. He's just watching it all unfold, but you can see, I mean, Zhao is just turning, he's just 180ing constantly. So if Wanderlust pulls this off, that would be a miracle, honestly.
I feel like at some point he should just go for it. Like, even if he doesn't have the best odds at making it, at least get off the class, you know, switch to Sniper, or just even come back on Scout and try to work something else, because clearly this Spy play, I mean, there's not a lot of hope for it.
No, BW, they got to go for a distraction, honestly. I think that's what needs to happen. Buff up a soldier, have him peek aggressively, or a scout push in through the 5 door, that far left-hand side. Pao is actually the one getting aggressive, though. He's peeking through lower. There are some stickies, but... Oh, and he drops Seiko. No one watching lobby. That's a crucial mistake from BW. Pao capitalizing, just body-shotting medics left and right. And now Swift, they want to take the Uber out, but the sticky trap takes down Ninjak, so that's going to slow it all down.
Yes, it will. Eclipse has also managed to make his way in behind. He wins a 1v1 against Zolak, getting some time on point now. Everybody's got to turn around and come take him down. Nice pipe from Akrom's going to be able to get that frag, but that's going to slow down the Swift push even more because they still haven't popped it off. They wanted to, but then they dropped Ninjax. So, I mean, Wanderlust is still up on Spy. He took some damage, so I guess he like exposed himself, but he is still able to make a move if he really needs to. He's kind of getting in position, and with the push out coming out, here comes the decloak. He kind of bumped the demo man, but nobody's turning around anyways. Finally they do, and with the supercharge being popped off, they are all over this second point. Other than the Spy, though, it's not looking like they're going to get too many frags.
No, not at all. BW, they got out of there real fast, so Swift, just the one pick. They could try to go quickly here through the choke. They don't have to worry about that flanking scout, but no, they're just going to hold and build up this Uber. Psycho is at 70% right now, so as soon as that gets to 100, I imagine they're going to be going for the push here. IT, relatively free. The Swift players are playing pretty passively, and understandably so. They know they have the disad right now, but look at how quickly they're building. They're actually, honestly, they might catch up to Seiko. BW not building nearly as effectively.
Yeah, that's true. 80% from Zhao already. Seiko just getting 100, so it's only about a 10% Ubercharge advantage. That's usually not something you want to push off of, but obviously they think it's a lot larger. So they're coming in already popping the Ubercharge off, and Zhao already has his, so this is basically an even Uber push, and they lose Naz, just going very poorly. The Medic's caught out, and everybody's going down. A total collapse, and Swift are coming out on top all over the place. It leaves only Wanderlust still alive on mid. That was such a disaster. They lost 5 players and didn't get anything in return.
Yeah, that really came down to the Uber building. I mean, BW just, they, you know, I think it was one of those situations where they felt like they had such a huge advantage that they could just get it and go, and they still thought that they would have that advantage. They just did not realize that Swift was building so quickly, and I mean, it just totally cost them. You could tell the way they pushed in there was, well, we have huge ad. Let's just all go in through the choke together because they're going to be scared. They might send in one soldier. We'll just play the blob and kill him, but they get Ubered on. And when you have to Uber and there's so many players around you and you have to try to flash multiple people's, I mean, I think it's just, you know, that's chaos. It's not going to work out. So Swift now with BW on their last. BW having some trouble in these transitions. They've had great mids, and some of these set pushes, it seems like they have been working out well, but Swift, the aggression in the transitions have been capitalizing. So like going to go down off the bomb. We're going to come out from Zhao here any second. He's going to pop up on the Ninjax. One frag traded on both sides. Players from BW all over the point, but it's not going to matter. Akram's just going to stand on there and get the cap.
Solid push in. I mean, with Ubercharge advantage, they played that pretty well. On the defensive side, maybe they could have tried to get some more early frags. It looked like they were doing well before the Ubercharge came out, but once players are shiny melee, everything goes bad. So once again, we see Nas here a little bit faster than Akrom. This is very consistent throughout the match. The Akrom's really just not as comfortable on these rollouts as Nas seems to be, so there's a little bit of hope in favor of the B-Work squad. They're coming in, their mids have been very good so far, but losing Unled early is not going to be great, and their other soldier, Hasten, also gets taken down, so not successful bombs. They're going to get a refrag onto Power, who try to get aggressive, but the Demo Man has to die for that, and now the medic 2 scouts are on the wrong side of the mid. Seiko is trying to be protected by his 2 players here, and maybe if he chariots them, he can get out, but this is going to be really rough for them. At the same time, I mean, Swift can't really get out either, and they've only got 2 players left alive as well. One of them is a Demo Man, Akrom, doing quite a bit of damage now, spamming down with those stickies, but right now it looks like the 2 teams are just willing to wait it out. We can see Unled coming from behind. Perfectly done. Drops the medic. Oh, you gotta expect that when you're on the wrong side of the mid, Miller.
Yeah. They were so distracted by the scouts in their face, they just weren't calculating the timing on the respawns. Unled just walks in and just, oh, no one's looking at me. I will shoot the ground now. And everyone goes down, so nice job from him just getting back in quickly. Power trying to make a play happen, but just a mass of bodies around him, and they had not much to do there. So now BW, once again, they've had such successful mids. I mean, even that time, it looked like Swift were going to win because their soldier bombs, the early soldier bombs they've been doing, were less effective that time. And still in the end, BW wins it. Now, huge Uber ad, they're going to be pushing in last. They just have to deal with this gun.
Yeah, trying to spam it out before they actually get out the push. Looks like they will manage to accomplish that, but they've lost a little bit of health on their players in return. So here they Cornpop, maybe charge off pretty early in retrospect. Other than that gun going down, they haven't gotten anything. Just eating a lot of damage from the scout. There we go. Eclipse does get the frag onto him. Now they're trying to fight this combo. 85% already from Zhao, so he could get this in the middle of the fight if they don't cap the point off. 3 down from the side of Swift, and Zhao getting taken down. Very high uber charge percentage on him when he died. It leaves just Power, and he's going to get taken down. Finally, around the board on the side of B-Work.
Yeah, Eclipse, nice job there. Just getting the heals from the medic and cleaning everyone up on the side of Swift. Just a great push, actually, overall from BW. They really took map control there. They had players all around the point, so when they pressured it, when the Swift players pressured it, that is, because they didn't want them to cap, obviously, they just got shot from all angles. So, well played to BW, and again, they've won every single mid so far.
Yeah, their mids have been really great. It's kind of surprising they haven't been able to transition too many of them in a round. So, see how this one goes. Eclipse going down very, very early. Not going to be super helpful. They're all over Zhao, but he's doing some great surfs, actually, with all the soldiers getting taken down. It leaves just Seiko left alive with the demo man Nas, and finally, Swift are going to take a mid.
Yeah, right now, Seiko, he's just trying to run out lobby. Look at how fast Legit is in here. Nas is probably going to go down. Yeah, getting chased. Ninjax getting in there as well. Seiko in trouble. Oh my god, everyone is on him right now. Ninjax chasing him into spawn. He's just barely going to survive, though. Hits the class switch. So he's on, actually, or not the class switch, rather the loadout switch bind. And so he's going to remain at that 70%. He actually picks off Ninjax. And with those players going down, they're going to have a chance to push out here. The problem is they're at 85%. Zhao with 100, so they have to be careful. But they should try to defend this. Look at all this pressure onto Bats. Uber is going to get forced out, but they lose 2. This is actually now a pretty terrible situation for them. Uber's not popped off yet. Now it is. They're going to have to try to find some picks here, though, and Swift, they're kiting effectively at the moment. Pow, actually, he's going to try to get into the last.
Yeah, you can see he's running back, and there's nobody really to contest him. There's the medic here, but that's going to be a tough fight, and the medic's not going to be able to take that 1v1, meaning it's 3-1 for Swift after finally getting their first mid.
Yeah, BW, I mean, they had a great opportunity there after they got those 2 frags onto Ninjax and the soldier. They were trying to chase down Seiko into last so deep. But the problem was all the players from Swift, including the medic that they were trying to force, were on Bats. And so when they overcommitted players into oh my god, Zolak just destroys Nos. Never mind what I was saying.
I guess that's a disadvantage of your demo man getting to mid so early.
Yeah.
You can bomb a soldier in like that. And they're just going to leave. Like, they don't want to fight that mid at all after the demo goes down.
Yeah, absolutely not. Swift, they're just going to press in right now. They don't have to worry about that sticky spam. Legit is in so deep right now. He's all the way into rollout. Actually, it might be too deep. Yeah, he's going to go down. Eclipse on the soldier. Good idea to get on him. Oh, he gets unled. He's doing so much right now. Crucial pick there onto the med, but Powa actually able to clean up 2. Ninjax going down on the point. Powa in onto Seiko, just trying to dodge away. Oh my god!
What? Was that one pipe? 3 frags from Acrom? Jesus, including the medic. Now Nos left all alone. He gets hit by another direct pipe, and Acrom with the sticky. A well-deserved taunt after that. My god. Acrom is crazy on Demo Man, apparently. Jeez.
That was ridiculous. I mean, I don't even know what to say. They were all grouped up there and just, you know, it was looking good. Powa was in. Seiko was dodging away. They took out, and then, no, they all die immediately. Yeah. Like, one pipe. That is crazy. Well, now they're on the defensive. As you can see, the gun is going up. They're at a bit of a disadvantage. Swift building effectively once again, but Seiko, they're not going to have that error again that cost them that previous round. They're building away as well. 20% disad, but it's not going to be enough here to push off of for Swift, and if they choose to, could end poorly, as they have the heavy, the gun, Uber about to come up. They even have a little dispenser.
I don't like their odds, but they're going to try it anyways here. Running in. Now, they haven't popped just yet, but with this gun being taking a lot of damage, there they go, popping it off. 100% already from Seiko, so he's willing to use this to defend his point. And Zulek in a little time on point, very low, that they're not going to be able to be successful. And again, just as you predicted, Zhao is so low, going to get caught out for sure. Nowhere near an exit. Legit is still up here, and as well as the Scout Ninjax, but both just get completely taken down. The Heavy doing a lot of work on that defense, and leaves just Acrom left alive. Complete disaster of a push.
Yeah, they just did not recognize what the Uber percentages were in that situation, and because of that, BW, they're going to be getting an easy recap onto 2. Powa in the sewer, just running around seeing if you can find a flank player to get into a 1v1 with, try to find a pick, but not able to. 30% ad here for BW. They're getting right back to building, which is, they're learning from the mistakes in that previous round, so that's good. Swift building away as well. It's going to be tough, though. This could be pretty much the exact situation we just saw in that last fight, but reversed. If BW try to take this fight, pushing into process mid, not easy. It's not easy to do it unscathed as a medic. You're probably going to have to pop it off. The ad is so slight. If they want to push off it, they have to go honestly like 5 seconds ago they need to be going. So they're just going to be holding here, which I don't mind that at all.
Yeah, no, for sure. One thing they gotta kind of watch out for is the clock. Obviously, they're down 3-1 right now, and there's 6.5 minutes left on that timer. So it's not the end of the world. Obviously, we only play 1.5 here in South America, but they need to start thinking about that. It's not like do or die just yet, but it's kind of getting there.
Yeah, absolutely. Legit, he's up in the choke. He's just trying to get a bit of info. Swift are playing rather passively. Of course, they do have this 2-round lead, so that's going to put the pressure on BW to make something happen. Wanderlust is trying to peek up through IT. Sticky's above the door. I mean, this is really, process mid is just, it's so hard to make anything happen as the team on 2. Unled wants to get aggressive. He's in the sewer. Power just getting the information, making sure he's still there. I mean, this is really tough for BW, and the problem is right now they're losing time. Unled is in, he's on the bomb. That's 70 damage to Zhao, so gets him fairly low, but now Swift, they're going to be able to just push this 6v5, and I mean, really, at this point, I think BW, they need to defend, and they need to have a really successful Uber here.
Yeah, Power getting aggressive and
no.
immediately finds a frag on a Eclipse. That's not a player they wanted to drop early before this pop even comes out. And another one, Power finds it onto Wanderlust. So now they're popping Uber Charge off, but they've already lost 2 players. If they can get aggressive here, no pop coming out of Zhao just yet. And it looks like they don't even want to have to pop it. Thrown into the air, it's Hasten, but he's not going to be able to find. That's so difficult. Unled, also going to be sacking him for the medic. Is he even going to get the force? He gets so low, 16 HP from Zhao, but still doesn't have to pop it off. They're going to be able to use that as they run straight into last. Only 3 alive. Popping before they even get into the point because the medic's so low. They can get a little bit of point time. Clear those stickies off. This should be easy. Eclipse thrown in the middle of the point. Going to get taken down, and this should be around. They've lost 2. Swift now have to deal with the respawning players, but getting on the point. Going to make it a 4-1.
I don't like those BW soldier bombs on 2 trying to force Zhao. I mean, if you're gonna do that, the timing was off. One soldier went and then he died, and as he died, the next one came in. And they either have to go at the same time or not at all, and preferably not at all. I mean, in that situation, you just need all your players alive, holding last, and you need to somehow defend it and then push out quickly. But now down 3 rounds, they do have enough time, but they're gonna need to win this mid and fairly decisively.
That's going to be a good start. Power going down. Going to help them. They're all kind of clumped up in this corner. If they can get a lot of damage down with the stickies, we see Nas gets the first frag. Legit also gets taken down. And we see, oh my god, yeah, he's going to get taken down as well. The scout Ninjax does. So that leaves one still fighting on this middle point. Zolak goes down, and Akrom, the last remaining player, got out a little while ago. So another decisive mid from the side of B-Work, but they got to transition this into an actual round.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, their mids have been so good. That time they switched it up, they really just did like a full team push. That soldier aggression wasn't... what is he do? Oh, he is back on Sniper. Yeah, BW, they're coming through lobby right now. They have the full Uber. They just need to go immediately and get the round fast.
Yes, they do. Popped it already off, and you see Legit's a little bit caught in behind. They're going to be able to clean up that frag before pushing forward into the rest of the 5 players still trying to defend this point. They get Zhao down, so that's great. That means they're going to have Uber Charge advantage after this fight, as long as Seiko can stay alive, even if they don't manage to cap it off. But they've gotten 3 frags, so they should still be looking at this point. Power solo, catches a pipe. Nas has been doing great work on this Uber, pushing a last, and Eclipse taken down as well. Makes it 4-2, 3 minutes remaining. This is doable.
Yeah, Nas got a wild amount of pipe kills that round. I mean, they had a great mid. They just walked across the point as a team, focused targets effectively. It was another great mid from BW. They have more than enough time. 3 minutes for 2 rounds. Absolutely doable here. And, I mean, if Nas can keep up hitting pipes like that, it's definitely possible.
Sure. Keep having successes on these mids, though. That's the first step. Or at least the next step in this chain of a comeback. Unled getting very aggressive very early, not going to be rewarded other than damage. Hasten able to clean up on that though, getting a lot, but having to return a lot as well. 2 down on both sides. Power does get shot down by Eclipse, and now we can see Seiko just kind of try to back off, heal up some players. Nas if he can. Eclipse is still with him. If they can get the frag on Akrom, yes they will. And over on the middle point now, Wanderlust finds one as well onto Legit. That leaves just Zolak left alive, getting that pack, but against 2 scouts, that's so tough. He's going to get taken down.
These BW, I mean, they're looking really good right now. I believe that they might bring this back and tie it. Eclipse is doing a really great job on the combo scout roll. He's just holding his medic down. He's hitting the crucial meat shots and all the bombing soldiers. Oh, Power headshot ring out on Unled, but he might go down. Actually, oh my god, he's gonna. Oh my god, he gets another headshot. He's just keeping this push at base single-handedly. Uber's actually getting forced out. Oh no, that is not good at all. They are in no position to do a semblance of anything with this Uber. Swift is all the way out. That's not good at all. Zhao at 80%, and they're going to have to make something happen here fast because this is an opportunity now where Swift, if they just turtle this for 40 seconds, the game is over.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can already tell that B-Work are getting on this right-hand point despite not having overcharge advantage 100% from Zhao now. He's going to pop it off, and they're going to have so many players they can just collapse on. They do lose Zolax straight now for Eclipse. Now we see Nas in a really rough spot. Still hitting some stickies, though. Gets the frag onto Power and somehow still alive. We can see that he finally does get pistoled down, but this fight actually not going so decisively either way. Seiko very low, does get cleaned up, and they were a little bit low, so the damage is going to come out. But they lasted for a long time, almost pulled that out.
Somehow, it looked like they could have made a miracle happen there and actually won that push with no Uber versus the full 100% for Zhao, but it doesn't happen. And with only 50 seconds left on the clock, Swift recapping a second point and 2 rounds needed to tie it. The first map is going to be going to Swift. Not convincing, though. I certainly say that. I mean, I think that they had more effective play overall in the transitions. And that really won them a lot of the early rounds, but I feel like maybe the structure of BW, their set plays, their mid strategies, at least on process, were far superior. I mean, if they can actually convert in the future, they could definitely take, I mean, they could win the whole thing, and it's certainly possible. It's just that they have to, they had so many situations where it felt like their med was just getting forced in these bad positions, like really just at the end there, it cost them. So they just need to, you know, if they can protect the med a bit more effectively in the transitions, I think that would help them a whole lot. But yeah, this is far from over.
Yeah, I mean, it's a best of 5. This is only the first map, and the fact that it was so close does, you know, it does hold well for the BW squad. You said already, but like the mid's very, very strong. I'm gonna try to see if we can get logs, but otherwise, no, I think this is a great start. What was your thoughts on in terms of the overall skill of these teams? Are they kind of where you expected them? Maybe mid to low invite, Black Swan level?
Yeah, they're somewhere around there. I mean, certainly you could tell the DM skill is pretty high. Like they have some great aimers on both teams. Both teams, like Nas on demo, he was going off at the end. Like he almost single-handedly. I mean, he was bringing BW to the and Ekram too. That one pipe 3K was nuts. So I mean, both demos going off, and I mean the soldiers were, there's some very, very strong DM skills highly evident at the moment. The next map is going to be Snakewater, which is, you know, a bit less scout dominant than Process. Soldiers on Process, it's not always easy, Cornpop. It's rough life being a roamer on Process. But on Snakewater, a bit easier. A bit more flanking you can do, a few more rooms you can stand in rather than being out in the wide open for everyone with a hit scan weapon to just look at you. So soldiers could certainly be a bigger factor here. And I think that could also, you know, that could bode well for BW. I mean, Unled was, he was going off.
Yeah, here we have some Ooh, I don't think I can get them on my screen, Mela.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's working for you.
Maybe we can open the TFTV stream to check these out.
I see.
That's going to be my strategy here.
That's a good plan.
All right, what are we looking at here? Eclipse going 28 and 13, top fragging the server. Unsurprising, he was doing very, very well. I said that near the end, but yeah, his combo scout play was highly effective. He was doing a great job keeping the medic alive. Seiko at the mids, he was just running around with him, just shooting everything he wanted pretty freely, it felt like. Let's see here, the top damage, though, is actually going to be Ninjax, interestingly enough. He had a, you know, pretty... Yeah, just a solid game overall, top damage by a fairly small margin. Or actually, no, it was Nas who top damage, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say.
By a fairly small margin. Pretty much everyone had like the exact same damage, so it looks like to me. Yeah, Nas barely top damaging, and then many Swift players, and then the BW players, not far behind at all. But Eclipse, he was certainly, he was going off. Nas was going off at the end there. I'm unled, a bit further down on the stat sheet, but the plays he was making were very crucial. So if he could, bring that into Snakewater, which is, as I said, it's a more favorable map for soldiers. Process, just the map was not created for the soldier main. So if he could bring that play here into Snakewater, maybe step it up even a little bit, he could be one of the deciding factors for a win for BW for sure.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how close some of these damage numbers are. I mean, the spread from first to last is only about 70. Even Eclipse and Powa literally tying on damage per minute, 224 on both of them. And if you sort by kills, like it's literally like the first two, a scout on one side versus a scout on the other side, versus the red scout versus blue scout. Then it's like demo man, then two soldiers, and then demo man, and then two soldiers. So it's like the classes are very evenly matched, it seems, across the board, like 1 versus 1.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome to see. It's just that if BW were better on the mids and Swift were better at the last pushes give you rounds and mids do not.
Yeah, that is a fact. I mean, I'm curious to see how BW approached the mids on this map. Their soldier bombs were really effective on the last one. Swift, but what was interesting though is that Swift, there was one mid where they actually countered the BW soldier bombs, and then BW immediately switched their mid strat up, and it just worked again. I mean, so I really like what they were doing on the mids on the last map, and yeah, I mean, if they could just convert it to rounds, it'd be in a much better place right now, as you said. So we'll see how it goes, but pushing Snakewater, not necessarily any easier or tougher than pushing Process last, in my opinion. It's sort of a similar beast as far as distance to be traveled and kind of gameplay with the point and spawn rotation. So kind of a similar, obstacle that they're going to have to traverse BW if they want to take this map, as we are going live here.
So this is map 2 of the Chapelaria grand finals here between Swift and Swift South America and B-Work coming out. It is Snakewater. Swift did take the first one on Process 4-2, and once again we're seeing Nos just a little bit faster than Akrom. Even as that last game progressed, it seemed like Akrom was getting faster, so maybe just wasn't super warmed up. All good. We can see is the mid starting off. Already 50% from both medics, of course. Nobody getting aggressive early in this mid fight at all. Everybody just content to sit back for a little bit. Powa and Wanderlust both meet each other, and they both take some damage, and they both back off. So still going back and forth, back and forth. Powa hasn't really been healed up at all yet, but maybe Swift getting just a little bit more aggressive. Finally, Unled does a jump, and Zolak as well finds two players in the saw. Beautifully timed. Finds a third as well, and now he's on the medic. He's on so little HP. He does get cleaned up, and Seiko surfs that all the way out. But great job by Zolak, the soldier, to be able to completely collapse on that mid.
Yes, Swift, they're just going to get aggressive here, legit pushing all the way up. And actually, Seiko, he's in such a tough spot. He's probably going to have to pop this off. If he doesn't, that is a huge blunder by Swift. Yeah, that should not have happened. They really should have been able to get the pop on him. He had to run out bats. Swift were in a great position where someone could have bombed. So a bit of a mistake just letting him out there with the Uber. But regardless, they're going to be able to cap the second point. Both teams with 100%. So it's on them to probably send in a sack. I mean, I imagine Powell's going to run in and go sniper. That seems like the most obvious thing to me. Actually, Soldier flying in, Hasan in the air, and actually Powell runs in, and they're going to get the force. So sniper not even necessary. Powell's going to get chased down, but not a highly relevant pick, as now BW, they're just going to need to stack up the off classes and wait, what?
Oh no, he literally just runs in through the lower area. Nobody was watching him, and he finds himself right behind the medic, hits one shot and forces it off. That completely changes things. Yeah. Swift are no longer going to have Uber charge pushing the last.
I mean, that's really the biggest play you can make there, aside from dropping the med. That's the second biggest play in that situation. So, I mean, that's pretty insane from him. I mean, Swift, obviously when you drop those two players on the flank is open, and they just weren't keeping a careful eye on it like they needed to. Eclipse taking full advantage of that situation. So well played to him. Is now actually, because of that delayed force and everything, and Seiko getting forced earlier, they have a 40% ad nearly. Powa, he's on the sniper on logs. Soldiers bombing in deep, both of them. They're landing. Oh my god. Zhao gets destroyed by Unled. His rockets are so crisp. Rebomb coming in from Legit, but he's going to get launched, and it's picked off by the Wanderlust shotgun, and now Powa is running out lower. Not really any angle to work with. He's just going to back up and try his best to get the med while they walk into mid. But look at, oh, the soldiers are just so aggressive. They're so good at pressuring Powa. Actually, so deep right now. Is that Unled again in lower? Wanderlust, he's going to come in from the front, though. They pick off Powa, and that's going to make it easy now to just walk into 2. They don't have the sniper to worry about. They can just start going lower right now, and yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're looking to take this coast to coast already. I mean, despite losing that first mid, seems like it's been very good play coming out of the B-Works team. So Unled bombing over on the flank does get some damage out onto Legit, but oh, that's a drop. Getting taken down, Seiko is Zolak just with a nice bomb in, manages to catch the medic off guard there, and with that large overcharge advantage now shifting back in favor of Swift. Wanderlust taking a whole lot of damage. He probably won't get out here. No, Powa is going to be able to find the frag onto him, and with that, the rest of the players are trying to back off. Unled, try to stay in a little bit longer, go for something at all, but the scouts are just too good on the side of Swift, easily cleaning up these soldier players that are getting aggressive.
Yeah, Hazon, he was just trying to get out of there with his life, but Powa on the chase, he takes him out, so that's going to make it really easy for them to walk into mid. No soldier spam to worry about. It's going to be a free cap, and that's tough for BW because they know Zhao has that 100%. They want to get the force, but with only 52%, they might just have to give up 2. I mean, they can certainly send in the soldier, try to get the force, but if he doesn't get it, they're just going to be holding last, and it's a tough situation for them.
For sure. Doesn't look like they're going to have any soldiers bomb in. I mean, Eclipse is still kind of looking. Eclipse is definitely going to die here, and they haven't put too much pressure on Zhao. They've definitely just walked forward, Nos did, but he is going to get piped down by Akram after finding a frag. So kind of just players all over the place. Now that's 3 down. Zhao still hasn't popped his Ubercharge off. He's given him enough time for Seiko to reach his, but Ubercharge coming on this last point. They're going to have a whole lot more players as soon as they get into this fight. You can see Seiko's popped his Ubercharge off now, just running around. Nobody's actually died in this Uber. Now that it's fading, though, we might see something come out. And Eclipse on the heavy is going to be doing short work of these players. This is great aggression coming out from everybody. Only Legit and Zhao left alive. Wanderlust taken down, but who cares at this point? Some great heavy play coming up from Eclipse.
Yeah, that was a crucial switch. I mean, that won them that defense, that's for sure. Swift, they tried to come in with that player ad. The respawns paying off there. So now Ubers are going to be basically even Swift. They actually want to come in while Wanderlust is down. The soldier aggression, they're actually denying the cap. Legit is in so deep. The medic gets crunched. Powa with the meat shots. Legit bounced him up in the air. Wanderlust, he's weak. He's trying to run out. Sekou not alive to heal him up. Powa going to clean up Unled, who was stuck in on 2. Oh, Hazon, I don't like that. Well, I guess there was a scout in behind, so he wanted to distract from him, but just these BW players just throwing their lives away, trying to get Zhao, but that's just going to result in, honestly, an easy last take there for Swift. They really shouldn't be able to defend it this time. But that being said, Wanderlust somehow gets Powa with the heavy.
Yeah, but here comes the Ubercharge, and generally shiny players beat non-shiny players. Heavy getting taken down, they're forcing pretty much everybody else back on the spawn. Unled was sort of sitting in behind, and now he comes in, but he just takes a whole bunch of damage, misses his shots. Hastings getting on the point, though, and dealing a lot of damage. That's 3 down on the side of Swift. So with that, they're going to have to back off. They got some point time onto it, but not actually going to be able to convert that push.
Cornpop, remember when I said they really shouldn't be able to hold this? Yes, they really should not have been able to hold that. That definitely should have been a round win for Swift, but it's not going to happen. Powa, oh my god, he just eats that arrow. He wanted to go for a sneaky play, but Seiko, Eagle Eyes, just blasts him the arrow. Yeah, he does get one. Oh my god! He just destroys Wanderlust with the full meat shot, and all of a sudden, BW, they're going to get all the way out of lobby. 25% left until they get that Ubercharge. Zhao further away from it, but Swift, they can get aggressive now.
Yeah, Legit very fast in on this Demo Man. Nos is going to be able to sneak back into spawn, though, so he's not going to die today. And with Hastings getting taken down on the point, the Ubercharge being popped off by Seiko. If they can get some more frags here, they are going to find Zolak and a scout in on this right-hand side as well. Cleaned up by Unled. That leaves only 3 players left alive on the side of Swift, but they're still at 90% Ubercharge, so they're going to be still sitting in a pretty decent position. If they want to get aggressive on the side of B-Work, they could make something happen if they can force off the medic. Akram completely outplays Eclipse as he tried to get aggressive onto that player, but shutting him down fairly simply there. And now it's 100% from Zhao. His players are all spawned up, and once again, they're going to be looking to get into the last point.
Yeah, because Snakewater last is so far, BW, they weren't able to get in there fast enough for the Swift respawns. They couldn't get that force. Zolak's going to go down to the trap, though, as Uber comes in. Hazon on the Pyro, doing his best to spam that mouse, too, but he's going to get cleaned up. Akram, the stickies, and all of BW. They're just relegated to this left side. All the damage coming in. Akram with another kill on this last push. Ninjax with the cleanup. Gets 2 more frags, and that's going to be it. Swift, finally, a Uber advantage push there. They make it happen.
That's our first round in this map. It's been a very slow one so far. We're coming to the second map or second round here, and we'll see. Swift did win that last mid, so the mid dominance hasn't been quite what we saw on process, but of course, there's only one mid so far that we've seen. Last one started off very passive from both teams, so I'm interested to see how this one is going to turn out. If we're going to see the same sort of thing, it seems like we kind of are. Again, nobody going for super early bombs. Hasten's gonna be the one getting aggressive on Akron. 2 nice rockets and actually finding some onto the Ninjax as well. Gets that one. Oh my god, he's just hitting so good rockets. Eclipse coming in now, trying to get some damage on a legit or something, but he's just gonna have to get out with Zhao. So that's gonna be another mid win in favor of BW. They did lose Seiko in it though, so it's not all good for them.
Yeah, essentially the exact opposite of what happened at the last mid. Just all-out aggression from BW. So passive on the last one, and it cost them, so they flipped the switch and went all the way aggressive. I mean, it paid off in that they got the mid, but of course, yeah, Zhao able to survive, so the 100% Uber push is going to be coming in here through Saw, legit just clearing it out. They want to take it in through the catwalk. Soldiers lower, Hasan. Oh my god, he actually gets the force on the double charge. That was unled, sorry. That was sick, so I mean, that looked like a terrible situation for him to be in, but he salvages it with some insane rockets. And actually, Ninjax, he's in aggressive right now in lower, but he got spotted out. Wanderlust knows he's there. They're going to take this 2v1. The scout's coming in. Ninjax not long for this world. He goes down, and now Uber advantage in the hands of BW. They're going to have an opportunity to leapfrog. And I mean, in fact, they can start to pressure now while the scout's down if they really want to.
Yeah, you can tell Unled is already trying to poke into this middle point. I mean, he doesn't want to commit just yet, because he's sort of alone. But now his team's arriving here. 100% Uber charge, so this is very doable. Hasten takes a bit of damage over in kitchen, but gonna be okay. They've actually popped their Uber charge off now, and Pow is trying to do something sneaky in the back lines. Does get taken down, and Zhao cleaned up by Nas, so that's no more mech on the side of Swift. And with Zolax gonna try to come in, make anything happen that he can, but gets a lot of damage on Hasten, a lot of damage on Unled, but neither of them able to be cleaned up, and that's gonna be very nice for B-Work, as they're already controlling this middle point. Uber charge advantage, they're gonna be able to get in the second one pretty free.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing really here from Swift. Going to, nothing on the field here is going to allow them to get any pressure onto Seiko as he caps that second point with the rest of his team. Pao is going to go sniper. It's tough to push into the sniper on Snakewater last. Obviously, I mean, pretty much if you play on the right, you have a full sight line to the door. If you play on the left, you have a full sight line to the door, and you're not going to die because you can just sit right in that spawn. He is going to actually get the pick onto Wanderlust. He's chosen to be pretty aggressive on the right-hand side. So the scout down, that's going to slow things here for BW. They could push with this slight ad, but with the scout down, I mean, it's just going to be risky. Look at how aggro Pow is, and no one's pressuring him. Man, that could have been really, I mean, it was really dangerous, but it could have been the end of Seiko's life. That's legit. He's just going to get out of lobby. Pow just holding this angle still on the right side, not really being contested.
Yeah, I mean, Powa, he was able to get so aggressive because he had his whole team with him, and there was really no pressure being put on by the BWs. So they're, you know, they're living, but that was still a risky situation for them. And now Powa's taking a more passive position, more traditional sniper spot. And we can see that most of B-Work are kind of just getting on this right-hand side of the can. Wanderlust looks like he wants to run forward, maybe get onto an off class of his own, because right now they're basically just waiting around to get sniped. That's never really a position you want to be in. So maybe Unled wants to bomb. They still look a little indecisive in this situation, but they need to do something, obviously, because just sitting on second is not going to be great, especially when you're down 1-0. They do pressure on Power again, but like can't really convert that into a frag. Unled still trying to get aggressive, but nobody to find, Mela.
Yeah, BW, they're playing these positions hoping that a Swift player will just extend slightly past one of these doors and they'll be in position to catch them out, but Swift isn't giving them anything to work with. They have the sniper, so there's no reason for their flank to really go for any amount of pressure. I mean, if they're going to get a pick, it's likely going to be from Pow. He's all the way up in lobby, and Eclipse is so deep on him. Oh, he actually gets the pick, and he's going to get out. So now, opportunity here for BW to push is still lots of aggression up on the right-hand side. They're playing it close. Legit, the Pocket Soldier, he's right there. But BW, they're going to come lower with the combo.
Yeah, they're going to take the frag early now onto Ninjax. He's taken down, bombing forward with Hasten as well. Zhao has to pop his Uber charge off. in an exchange. That was a big sticky coming from Akron. They have Wanderlust and Eclipse both taken down. Unled is here trying to bomb in on some Ubercharged players, but gets cleaned up again by the stickies. Zhao is very low, and Pacing can hit some rockets, but he's just going for the point. He's not actually even focusing that medic, or at least he didn't even know where he was. So that leaves just Nos left alive to get back on that second point, and another failed push into last.
Yeah, Akron saving it there. That trap just ending both of the scouts' lives there on that last push, and now they're going to be able to recap two Ubers relatively even. Wanderlust taking a crack at the sniper. This is the first time I think we've seen, and down goes Zhao with a body shot. So, just, you know, putting on his power pants from the last map, just body shotting medics all over the place. So, they're going to be able to push lower BW. They want to just get the ground, make sure that the sniper can peek Zolak. He's in a position to go for the play, though.
Yeah, he does get spotted out and called, so Eclipse is going to be able to clean him up fairly simply there. With Powell coming up on Sniper as well, going to try to maybe contest Wanderlust if they want to get into a little bit of a sniper duel, but obviously with such huge Ubercharge advantage in favor of Seiko, they're going to lose Hasten and Wanderlust though, so that might make them rethink this push that they wanted to attempt. It went from a 5v6 pushing in with Ubercharge advantage to like a 5v4, and now it's not what you want to take at all. Unled having to get back out there. Pow is so aggressive, a little bit low, but nobody to contest him at all. We can see they don't want to give up this second point. They've got a lot of players here, and with this full Ubercharge advantage, they should have all their players here. But already 80% from Zhao, so if they want to push in, this could be a mistake. They're all lower. They are going to pop the Ubercharge off. Seiko gets pretty low. Trying to get aggressive now. Zhao needs to survive for one more second. He is going to get his Ubercharge, being able to pop it off. They do lose Zolak because the medic's not really with the rest of the players. You can see this collapse on the two that were over on this left-hand side, but Seiko very low, does get taken down by Ninjax. Unled finds a very nice rocket on the medic, though. That makes 3 left alive on side of Swift, but they're going to hit a nice rocket there. Legit does on to Wanderlust. And once again, Nos, the lone survivor, as his team failed to push in the last.
Yeah, legit. Does his little sigh impression there on last with the shotgun, just hitting into a rocket shotty combo onto both the enemy soldiers. So he's going to do a great job of defending the last ever. His team really saves it, getting that 3K in total. Wanderlust, he's still up on the sniper, the same position not long ago. I remember he body shot at a medic, doing the exact same thing he's doing right now. So hopefully for Swift's sake, Zhao doesn't walk into that one again. Zolak
does. Yeah, it seems like these sniper players are fairly consistent from all the South American snipers we've seen. I mean, even if it's nothing flashy, even if it's just a body shot that's fully charged, I mean, they're hitting them when they count, and ultimately, it doesn't have to go in a frag video to be effective here. So we can see there's a lot of fighting going on in Saw. They might want to pop the recharge off. Zhao's pretty aggressive in with Legit if he doesn't want to drop his soldier. Power gets taken down regardless. Eclipse in the back lines just sort of runs in while everybody was distracted. Now it opens things up for Unled, who wants to get down on Zhao. It's a crit screen coming out. I didn't even notice that, but they're going to pop it off, get Unled, Nas, Hasten, all get cleaned up. Now Zhao does die, and Wanderlust with a snipe does take down Ninjax as well. Zolak in 1v1 does get the wall shot in onto Wanderlust. Trying to escape in through his Saw. He will be able to do that, but that leaves just 2 left alive now on the side of BW, and Eclipse trying to fight Zolak here, and he should be able to win this. He's got the health advantage, pistols him down, but now there's a scout here to make sure that's cleaned up. And what is Seiko doing still in? He has to pop his Ubercharge off on absolutely nobody. Reconnects with Unled, so he's not going to die, but man, that medic should have been a while ago.
No.
And Power lives! Oh boy,
oh boy. Power using the winger to its full extent there. He's leaping around, and he actually manages to get out. So, BW kind of disastrous there. I mean, I like the choice. They were just running out. You know, it was that 2v2 where it was just the soldier. I think it was Zolak. He was in behind in the Saw room. Akram was alive, and it was just Eclipse and a medic with an Uber. They wanted to run all the way out, which I liked, but Eclipse, he wanted to get the frag onto the soldier, but it cost them, because then when the respawns for Swift showed up, he ended up just being overextended. Seiko didn't know. He's like, oh, should I pop the Uber on him and save him, get these 2 frags? Should I not? And then when he died, it's just a tough situation, and you know, there's a lot of potential errors in that, you know, in that whole situation, and he just falls victim to one of them. So Ubers are going to be evened out here, though, and at this point, I would imagine maybe Wanderlust will go sniper again. I mean, he's been having some success on it.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, this has been a lot slower of a map than what we saw in Process, and as time's starting to get down, I mean, it's not that low just yet, especially when it's only a 1-0 game. We are past the 15-minute mark, though. I mean, we're more than 50% through, so at some point people gotta start making moves, but that doesn't have to be just yet, I suppose. Nobody really in a position to sit back and just coast the timeline either, though. So still looking for some rounds, and Legit's taking a bit of early damage. They're going to choose to just pop this off, and Saw going to be pushing forward, and it's a bit later of a pop from Seiko, obviously. So this is going to be a bit better for them. Hasten trying to get aggressive, but just walks into a sticky trap, but Unled getting taken down at the same time as him, makes it a 4-on-4 still happening here. And in behind, it looks like, oh, if they can still get something, Zolak does hit a nice rocket onto Eclipse, still pressuring people out. But with just players being exchanged on both sides, I'm not sure anybody's going to be able to go off, because it is a slight ad in terms of players in favor of Swift. So if they can want to make this push happen in the middle point, looks like they will be able to accomplish that as they gain control. Finally, a point does get exchanged.
Yeah, and that 4v4 no Uber situation, trying to push through Saw VW, it's so tough. Akram, it's just such an easy angle for the demo sticky spam to come in. Just did so much damage. Really no hope for them to actually make it through that door after the Ubers were exchanged. Slight ad here for Swift, building fairly effectively. They're just going to come right in lower. I mean, I love how these teams have no qualms just pushing, even though there's, I mean, little to no advantage on the field. They just go. I mean, I love it. So they're going to end up getting the pick onto Wanderlust, who didn't expect that. Expected it even less than I did, and he goes down. So now Swift, they have the Uber, or is this? Yeah, it is an Uber. They're coming right in lower.
Yeah, they're not stopping at all. Legit try to get aggressive, but did get shut down, and we can see the force coming out as Zolak was getting aggressive there. Now, Legit did get sniped. So that means there's 3 players down on the side of Swift. We'll see if they can hold on. I mean, this is a tough angle. They do have this 100% Uber charge advantage. Unled is sneaking around in behind, though. He's probably going to be going for that force as soon as he can get here. Hasten, of course, also would like to get this. Oh, with the drop, a nice shot from Wanderlust. He's going to be able to get that one. And with no more Uber charge advantage, that was all they had going. But Pow is still in on the sniper. Does get that frag, and Nos as well in a lot of trouble. So it's only Unled left alive. I don't even know where he is. He's back over in Yard trying to fight these players. But Zolak's already considering going back to last. Pow needs some help, though. Ends up taking down the soldier all alone. So a lot of chaos happening in that fight. Mela?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is the sniper, obviously, he got that crucial pick onto Zhao, who had the Uber, so it can't be understated how important that is. But the problem is, in the scrappy fight just after that, when you have the sniper, who's normally your flank scout, the flank is open, people came in all over from Swift, just surrounded them, and, you know, he gets shot in the back, and it all falls apart. So, not easy for VW to win that situation. They don't. Swift, they have control too. Ubers are even. Wanderlust, I mean, he's been making the plays happen on sniper. We'll see if he can open up something here again.
Yep, he did just miss a headshot on a taunting scout, so not looking great. He does hit a fully charged body shot, but it's not quite enough to kill the buff player as he just runs into him. Nobody there to support Wanderlust as he does get cleaned up by the scout of Swift. So that's a 1-player advantage as they want to look at get into this last point. They could try to pop off that. I mean, it's no more sniper on the field. They're going to throw Zolak in instead, though, and try to get some damage down. They get the force out of Seiko. Not sure if he super needed to pop that, but he's going to regardless, and now it's 100% ad in favor of Zhao, assuming he doesn't drop to a sniper.
Yeah, that was probably a necessary pop there. I don't think Zolak would have been able to connect that next rocket, just playing it safe using the Uber. But actually, Hazon gets the force, and now when they're coming in with the Uber, it's going to be tough. There's a gun and a heavy, and they realize that there's no chance they're going to get up that hill, so they're just going to run all the way back out lower. Heavy just a little bit too strong there on the defense. You never want to be looking uphill at a heavy and a sentry gun. It's not easy to run at that, so they're all the way back out to 2. Uber's still relatively even as the remainder of the respawns are coming in, and it looks like BW, though, they're at least pressing up in the lobby, trying to catch someone out. Pow is back on the sniper. Pressure and cheese from Unled. There's a soldier here. He's going to get caught. Zolak goes down, so now there's an opportunity for an actual push to come out from BW.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like huge of an Ubercharge advantage, but because they have that 1 player, they're probably going to be able to make this work. Unled in on the second point as well, trying to get some damage down, but does get domed, and Ninjax ends up cleaning him up. So with that soldier just getting in and not getting anything for his troubles, they're going to back off, and the Ubercharge wasn't that large anyways. It's being built. It was 2% by the time that Zhao actually gets his. So we'll see. Now Powa is on sniper. They can't really push just off of Unled, but they're gonna, if you're on the left-hand side, at least throw a lot of players in. Wanderlust gets taken down. You can tell they've walked their sniper, and Eclipse dying as well, so this is very doable. And they forced out Seiko. This is going great for Swift. They just need to stay alive and stay around here. Zhao pops Supercharge off now, but all the players are right around them. Hastings gets taken down. Seiko's, oh god, he's in a really rough spot.
There's no such thing as can't push. You can always push, evidently.
Literally.
I mean, they pushed. I mean, they won. They got the picks. I mean, really, that just came down to, players just being dropped. There's so much spam coming in. I mean, once Eclipse went down, that was kind of all she wrote. I mean, it was good then the 4v6 Uber trade. I mean, just not easy at all. So Swift finding openings all over the place, and BW back to their strong suit, which is the mids, but they need to convert.
2-0 for Swift, and there's still a lot of time on the clock, but the way these rounds have been going, maybe not. Unled and Zolak gonna trade off, making that a 5v5 right off the bat here, and a lot of aggression you can see coming out of B-Work. Power in behind, though, finds the medic very cleanly flanked, and he's gonna get the demo man as well. How a great job there, helping out on the frag on a NAS. So Wanderlust, the only player left alive, very little HP, cannot fight off 5 players and ends up getting down. So Swift very dominating so far in this map.
Yeah. Tough loss there on the mid from BW. They were legitimately 1 rocket away from winning that mid. Hazon had such a fat damage bomb, and then his last rocket, he just didn't connect, and if he did, he, I think, would have gotten at least a kill on the med. Trade in on last. Not necessarily a necessary trade from Ninjax, but a trade regardless. But they're going to be pushing in here. They do have a huge ad. Wanderlust is back on the sniper, watching that right-hand side, and Swift aware of it. They're going to go in left with the Uber onto the Scout Power, trying to get this Heavy. Heavy's not going to be able to run his little legs back into the spawn. He's going to go down, unled, half HP. He's just walking around trying to stay alive. Bomb coming in, and actually Zolak going down with no support. No real cap time either. They wanted to just go for the fight, but all the play. Oh, clean rocket from Hazon. Power down. It's just Akram on the run lower. He's going to put the sticky on the ground, detonate to fly away. Ninjax is in. He gets 1 pick on the Nas. Somehow still in, but he gets traded out. I mean, not a bad play, though, from Ninjax. Getting in there, trading, and delaying. It's going to allow all the Swift respawns to come in. Seiko 20% away from the Uber. But Swift could take the fight here and try to get the force.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so huge. Ubercharge advantage, 70% on the favor of B-Works. So they're looking to get in this second point if they can. They do choose to pop it off. So if they can collapse on some players, Jao with a nice surf, but collapsed on. Does end up cratering, and Hasten gets credit for that one. A really nice rocket came out onto him, making it a 4-on-4 right now. Power wins a 1v1 in the last point, and he's going to actually be able to run all the way back to last. They need to try to cap the point, but legit into delay. He is going to be able to delay for long enough, and his teammate caps it off. That's going to be a 3-0.
Yeah, tough situation there for BW. I mean, it seems like they'll get these advantages, but the Swift players will just go for these individual plays over and over and over. And it just, you know, it puts so much on the plate for BW to have to deal with. It's always like, okay, where's Ninjax? He's just running in. Okay, he randomly just trades and delays, and then it's just Swift individually. They're doing so much right now. It's tough for BW to handle.
Unled and aggressively Hasten as well, but they're really not finding it all what they want. Unled gets taken down, and Seiko in the backlines as well on the other side, cleaned up by Legit. So finally, it looks like they are going to be able to clean up the players. And Jao, so low, but still going to be able to survive. You can tell Wanderlust wants to just push forward, get some more frags, but he's just eating every single pipe in the game. Akram hits 2 nice ones to finish it off, and yeah, that's going to be a full wipe on the side of B-Work.
Yeah, these mids here for BW, they're not going as well as they were in the past, on Process especially. In the first couple rounds here, the Soldier Bomb's just not being as effective. Swift, they're just, the soldiers come in and they just get focused down so quickly. I mean, they just get melted instantly. Zolak fighting a 1v1 here. Actually, a lot of aggression. Now a 1v2, 2 soldiers on 1. Ninjax, and he does see the soldier in the corner, now he does, but he's going to get taken down as well. So player advantage here for BW, but now they're in their saw while there's an Uber on point. They're caught all the way in. This could be disastrous. Swift could have gone aggressive on them, but they're not going to. Wanderlust is actually on the spy, unseen. He's now very seen. He is going to go down. Swift with an opportunity to catch out BW while they were on the retreat from Saw. That was a really sticky situation for them, but Swift didn't opt to go for it. That being said, they still have massive ad though, and they can just freely push last year. Well, not so massive anymore. They're kind of taking their sweet time.
Yeah, it's gonna be only 15% if they want to push like right now, and they're still taking their time. So it's gonna be 3% when they popped in, so no ad at all really. They are still gonna get the demo man regardless though. Seiko not able to save that player there, and we can see Ninjax trying to do anything he can, get in. Zolak as well, not really that successful. They managed to find the frag on an unled somewhere in that, but they're already on the last point. Wait, nobody was over on this right hand side. Oh no, Swift are gonna be able to walk straight in where there are no players. Make it 4-0. I think at this point we have to call the map in favor of Swift.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, unless they hit their kill binds. I don't think it's possible. Unless their
Yeah.
keyboards start glitching out, players start crashing. I think, yeah, I think this map is over. It's going to at least be a 4-0 here. BW, the strong suits, as we're saying, I mean, it was the mids, but the mids not working out. Their soldier bombs were just getting totally destroyed. I mean, it felt like as soon as Hazon and Unled landed somewhere, they just took 300 damage immediately. So I think they really need to slow it down. They didn't adapt like they did on Process, where when a mid didn't work, they switched it up. They didn't switch it up on this one. They were really just kind of banging their heads against the wall in round 3 and 4 on the mids. So just not working out for them on this map. And really, I think the Swift individual plays shine through on this map. They just went for all the chaotic plays. They didn't have any problems doing it. They just no fear, and it worked. Like Paula just goes in behind whenever he wants. Ninjax just running around taking trades. I mean, just so much aggression. It's just too much to worry about. You have to be worried about all these high-skilled DM players running around behind all the time. I mean, you know, it's tough to deal with that, and you're trying to make a push, and then just players pushing the flank. It's, you know, it's not easy, Cornpop.
Yeah, and now we're in a position where Power just uncloaked and jumped behind the medic. Still got taken down in all the chaos. He couldn't connect that backstab. They're going to push in the last, try to make it not complete roll. They are going to get the frag onto Seiko, though, before he can actually even get in. So legit got that one, and they're cleaning up a whole lot of frags. Hasten a lot of time on point, but he ended up dying, got a lot of frags for it. It's just Akrom and the sentry gun left alive. Nos on very little HP, and the bottle cleans it up. Oh, man. That's going to make it 4-1, so at least not a full roll, but I don't know how much Swift were in that round.
You know, you can get a little confidence back, though. There's nothing wrong with that.
True,
So
true.
maybe they'll feel just an ounce better heading into the next map. Of course, this is a BO5. We're playing with the rewind rule set, which is 30 minutes, you know, until a team gets 5 rounds. Swift are up 2 maps to 0. The first map Process much closer than this one. Swift individually just shining on this map, making plays left and right, making it really tough for BW to accomplish anything. Do we know what the next map will be? Is that information
Sure do.
somewhere? Okay.
It is Gully Wash coming up next, which is one of my favorite maps to watch. And, you know, with this one, you kind of said that the lasts were very similar to Process. That's kind of long and hard to get in there. And, you know, I think we kind of saw the same story playing out in terms of that as well. It's just it seemed like it was a lot easier for Swift to push into last compared to maybe there were some opportunities where like Swift shouldn't have been able to get in, but they did anyways, and they made it work. And on the other side, they didn't get a whole lot of opportunities, but even when they did, it felt like when BW were pushing to last, they weren't finding the same success that Swift were magically pulling out.
Yeah, definitely. It also, I kind of felt like on this map, I'm not sure, I'm sure we'll have the logs here in a second, but just based on the impact that you can visually see, it felt like Nas didn't have as great of a map as he did on the first one. Like, he was popping off at the end of Process, but on this one, it felt like Akram was really on top of things throughout the whole game. Actually, we do have the logs here. Legit is top damaging by a wider margin than the top damage in the last game, doing 298 damage per minute. Second highest, Unled, Soldier of BW, doing 260 damage per minute. So legit doing a whole lot. And yeah, really, I think the main thing to look at here, though, is the scouts. Powa and Ninjax just doing a ton. I mean, aside from those 2 soldiers, they were the next 2 highest damage in the server. And, you know, what is that, 28 and 18 and 25 and 18 respectively. Eclipse, you know, he had a good map as well, going 28 and 16. Pretty much all 3 of those scouts are on the same stat line. But together, Ninjax and Powa, that's just such a fearsome scout duo.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just in general, it seems like Swift have the upper hand throughout this entire match. And if you sort by damage and kills, Eclipse is up there with the other 2 scouts. Like, you can tell that Powa and Goo, I don't know what it says here, but that's Ninjax. Yeah, that's Ninjax. And then Wanderlust is sort of lagging behind the rest of them, especially in terms of damage, down at 194. In kills, he's there, but he's still last, and it's a bit of a gap, 5 frags between Powa and him, 20 to 25, and even in deaths, he's kind of up there a bit more. So I'd like to see him step it up a little bit. If it seems like he's not really on the same level as any of the other scouts in the server, his team or otherwise. So I definitely agree that the scouts are a big factor helping out Swift in this match. In terms of the other class, like sort of my damage, it seems like just in general, it's not even that biased. Like after the scouts, oh, I guess the soldiers as well look really good for Swift, like legit super high there. The spread's a lot higher as well. Last time we said the spread and damage was only about 70. Right now it's like 110. So quite a bit more damage if you look comparatively, though it is Zolak who's bottom damaging next to his other soldier partner,
Yeah,
legit up at 298.
Yeah, that being said, though, I just want to say about Zolak. He on that map, he was going off, especially on the mids. I mean, that's just what happens. Like sometimes on Roamer, it's like you'll get these trash stats, but like when you watch the game, it's like, oh, he made this play here and this play there and this play there. But then you look at the stats, it's like, oh, it's 17 and 25. Well, yeah, but go back and watch the mids and see him bomb in and just kill 2 people immediately. It's like he was going off on the mids. But Gully Wash, really a fairly different map from the previous 2. I mean, Process, fairly scout heavy map. Snakewater, not as much so, pretty well rounded. Gully Wash, though, probably the best demo map in the game, I wager, especially on the mids. It's just so easy to dump out damage onto the big door rolling out. So I think this one, I'd like to really see Nas kind of return to his map 1 form where he was just piping the universe and putting out stupid amounts of damage in the fights. And I mean, if he does that, that would probably be the biggest thing, I think, for BW to take this. Probably going to come down to the mids, going to come down to the demo play. Akram was doing a good job of getting kills in that last map, just staying alive through the fights and hitting pipes. So I'd like to see Nas, that map 1 form. If he brings it here, I think BW will take it.
Well, we are going live into the 3rd and potentially final map in our best of 5 for the Chapelaria Grand Finals of Season 3. Arriving now to mid, Akron did go out through choke. Meanwhile, Nos coming in through big door. Nos taking a bit of damage despite being kind of surrounded by Steam, but it's Akron, the first one to go down. A big bomb in by Hasten as well, trying to find that medic. Chow solo, Wanderlust able to find the frag and clean up on the damage there. So it's pretty back and forth. A lot of players down on both sides. It's only 2 left alive on the side of B-Work now, though. Leave it just on Nos to take down 3 players. That's so rough. He's going to get taken down by Powa in the end. So Swift starting off strong to their 3rd map.
I thought that was almost certainly going to go the way of BW. Akram was alone on top right, and he got pushed. I mean, the whole of BW, they did an aggressive top right mid. Akram was down to, essentially 1 HP. If he had gone down, that probably would have been the win for him, but him barely staying alive. But actually, look at this mega, holy... Okay, a lot of soldiers bombing in there. Eclipse is going to trade one out. Soldiers down on both sides. Ninjax above the point. He's going to crater Haze on, try to get out of there. Eclipse down as well, and now BW, they're going to have to run out. That was ridiculous. Like 4 soldiers just, I don't even know. They just landed in each other's faces midair, and just, that was a wild fight. But anyway, it's going to result in Swift taking 2. BW holding last. Ubers are going to be even. No off classes on the field, but not totally necessary when the Ubers are even like this. Swift, it looks like they actually just want to go. Maybe now River Powa is in underneath. He's going to pressure point.
Yeah, it might just be Powa trying to get some time on it. But it is a crit screenplay, actually, and they get 3 frags and the point. Whoa, that was fast.
That just... Yeah, that happened out of nowhere. What a smart play, though. Fucking, sorry, whoops. Ooh. We're stupid, not even noticing they didn't have crits. And then, Akram's just 1 sticky on point, kills 3 people. So, pretty insane from him. And, I mean, Powa just got so much cap time.
Yeah.
Is the server lag right now?
I believe it's a pause?
Oh.
Yes.
I was getting some lag, like, beginning round lag. But... yeah, that was a pretty ridiculous play from them. Is now, BW, they wanted to take that aggressive 2 fight, which I don't mind, but yeah, it's just a tough situation. Like Swift, they already were through the choke, and once you're through the choke, it's obviously going to be much harder to hold that. I mean, the soldier bombs, they were pretty effective, at least as far as doing damage, but yeah, it's tough to do that there when the choke has already been claimed by Swift.
So coming out of this fight, it looks like Swift are running regular Uber Charge this time. So we're not going to see any more Crits Krieg shenanigans right away to start our second round off. Seiko as well, also on that Uber Charge. But not a long pause, as we've already come out here. Acrom coming in through Choke once again, so it's looking pretty similar, but this time it looks like everybody's kind of sort of rotating up onto this left-hand side on the side of BW. So up through drop-down Zolak, they got to watch out for him as nobody's really turning around. Now Eclipse sort of rotated to take him on. Meanwhile, though, the aggression coming out from the soldiers on BW, take down Zhao and Power and Legit, all getting taken down. Wanderlust finding that last one in the back lines. Acrom gets pickaxed down. Hasten finally one player going down on the side of BW, but definitely now. Oh, this STV. Ooh, I'm not even sure what's going on. They're kind of moving. I don't know if I've seen this before.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
Is this where they?
Is this another? Wait, it's not paused.
Players are definitely moving around, but like the.
But the
strange.
Wait,
the time always ticks down, whether there's a pause or not.
Right. Oh well, yeah, it's actually not ticking down for. Well, yeah, this is
Or just for me.
Well, this is an oddity.
Good
mid though from BW. Soldier bombs highly effective.
Yeah.
They were. He's not actually rolled. Eclipse just shot. It's what?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Looks like Powers left the server. Oh, we're back now. This was where the pause happened in real time.
What?
I don't know. We're back in the game.
Is...
It's 6v4. It was 5v4 for a minute.
Wait, is this live now?
I don't think so. No. That was like where the pause
people are
happened.
I guess the server messed up. Someone said in chat. Now I don't speak a language other than English because I'm uncultured, Cornpop. That being said, I saw the word server. So I'm assuming there was a server issue, and it's now been addressed as, oh yeah, I guess we're just back into, like, where we were, which is BW1 mid and they cap 2. Okay, this all makes sense. We're back in reality. Everything makes sense again, Cornpop.
It wasn't a super crucial time either. Oh, this is maybe a little more crucial. I mean, not super, but, yeah, I don't know. Apparently... I don't know. We're getting word that maybe this is just how pauses work in South America. This is apparently a thing.
Oh, you can like move and shoot, I guess.
Like a little. It's confusing to me, but apparently this is no cause for concern. So we are just paused is all that's happening right now.
Interesting.
But as I was saying, the first time that kind of mess up happened, it wasn't a super influential time because BW had already won the mid, more or less. I think there was one player still in, but it was pretty decisive. It's not like everything died in the middle of a push. It's not anything like that, so we don't have to worry about those sorts of things. But it seems for now, I'm getting word that they are going to change servers, Mela.
Okay, interesting. So I'm assuming we'll go back to the situation where BW are holding 2 and they've won the mid and everything. They did have a good mid though. Soldier bombs paying off there. Hazon, he's been hitting some pretty sick rockets. Like some of these mids, he just hits like 2-3 directs in a row. That's what he did on the last one. So if he can keep up the effective soldier bombs and everything, you know, could be looking good here for BW as they actually have an opportunity to take last. We'll find out what happens in a moment though as we switch this server.
Yeah. We'll just try to get new info and everything. Hopefully they'll like keep the same score and all that, so like nothing too bad is lost. Technical difficulties though happen when you play video games. That's the way of life. So it's all right. So far this grand finals has been fairly entertaining. I've been fairly impressed by the South American scene. Some silly things have happened, certainly, with the players, and some things that they've been allowed to get away with. But regardless, I've certainly had fun, especially that first map. It was very back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. I do think that this one will be fairly close again, honestly. I think this is going to be a better map for BW, as looks like, players are leaving the server now, at least in the STV. So we'll be switching over momentarily. But yeah, I think that this is a better map for BW, and I think it'll bode well, because one of the problems with Snakewater that I was noticing that they're having is when they were doing this, their soldier bombs are instant. They waste no time with the soldier bombs. And Snakewater mid is just a longer mid than Gullywash. There's just more distance you actually have to travel. So when the soldiers are flying in at light speed and landing on the other team, it felt like on a lot of the mids, and especially the ones they were losing decisively, their scouts and demo couldn't even get across the point in time, and the soldiers would just get vaporized alone, and then with no support. So on Gullywash, it's a lot easier for soldier bombs to come in and your team to actually be able to support you. So I think that'll help a lot. And I think, if they can just coordinate these bombs and have the scout demo support at the right time, then I think there's a pretty good chance that this will, at least be a very close game, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and it's some people might look at that first round and be like, "Oh, this is really worrying for the BW players, B-Works." But the thing is that was kind of like, you won the mid decisively, okay, but then it was like a Kritzkrieg, like a sneak play into last, and that's something that generally is not going to work too many times. Like, it's more of like a sneak, like the other team doesn't expect it. So hopefully now, like, BW are going to be able to expect to play like that. They didn't even attempt it for the second round, as we saw. SVIFT didn't. So it's not like they're going to be banking on taking every round in 60 seconds with a Kritzkrieg into last. Probably the rest of the rounds we'll see being played out a little bit more traditionally, and I think as long as they don't get completely rolled back on mid every time, BW are going to have a really good opportunity to take this map.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, again, we are switching server now. If you are just joining us or are unaware of the situation, the map is Gullywash, third map, and this B05 Swift is up 2-0 in the maps. And they're up 1-0 on this current one, but are going to be holding their last. As we have the info console.
Yeah, we're just waiting. I asked the Chapelaria guys, and they said, "Wait 1 sec, please." So we're gonna wait, and then we're gonna get it. There are still like 12 players in this server, but I was told we're switching STV, and we are 90 seconds delayed. So we'll just wait it out, Mela. Not any problems with that. We started pretty early, at least for those North Americans. We started pretty early compared to what we're used to. So I'm fine to go for a while here still.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Not casting a grand final at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Eastern Standard when I have work in the morning.
Yeah, you wouldn't
I
believe.
love that.
Yup. We're ready to go for a while still. There's been some really bad ESEA grand finals. Let me tell you, I know I casted one 6 hours long. I think it legitimately went, till 6 a.m. East Coast. It was all night. Like, you couldn't stop playing. I think it was 6 maps in a row. Were you playing in that one? You were, weren't you?
I know. I
think it was Ascent.
I played in one of those. Of those all-nighters.
Yeah.
I think the worst one I wasn't around for, though.
Okay.
Where they had, I think they were EVL, was the one where they had like Garbuglio and whatever, and I went till the dawn. The sun was shining by the time they once again got second place.
Yeah. Mela, I'm not sure what's going on, but they're rolling out right now, and they seem to be taking this
I'm
fairly
reconnecting.
seriously. Yeah, I don't know. I would suggest we try to get back. Oh, nope. They're not actually rolling out. They wanted to.
I'm disconnected.
One team did. Oh, the other team, you know what they're doing? They're like actually setting up on last. They might be
yeah, that makes sense.
They might be just recreating the situation that was beforehand.
Yeah. Well, let me get back in there.
Yeah, for sure. So it looks like SVIFT are going to still be on their last point. They're building Ubercharge. Powa is up on Sniper to try to defend from this push, and they're going to concede the middle and second point just to get back to where we were beforehand. So as our cameraman and casters get back on the server, we will be bringing this game to you as they're getting ready to push into this last point. It is even Ubercharges. I don't quite remember what they were at before the pause, but regardless, they both spawned immediately and started building. So it is 100% from both teams. Powa again still up on Sniper, and as the B-Works try to get into this last points. They're already in, popping the Uber off. They're just taking it pretty much an even exchange. They got the Demo Man down very early. Wanderlust ended up trading for that, legit going down as well, making it a 4v4 as Hasten also ends up dying. But the aggression's really not there on the side of B-Works, so they have to get out, especially with Unled dying right at the end there. They're going to be trying to get back out onto second and maybe even further. It looks like Seiko might be a little bit caught in. Powa's doing some great pressure here onto the medic, but not going to be able to actually get the frag and does get taken down himself. Zhao killed by the crossbow. Whoa. Looks like Seiko's going to get that frag, and huge Ubercharge advantage is going to be favor of B-Work.
I mean, it made sense for Swift. They wanted to chase. It was only 3 up. But a great decision from BW. They just stayed upper. They realized, wait a second, those are scouts. They can't get up here. And they just stayed upper and shot down at them. Output all the damage. Scouts went down, and Zhao, yeah, not able to run out. Didn't have a scout to run as fast as. Demo Man, unfortunately for him, does not go any faster. So ate that arrow, and now massive ad here for Seiko, 70%. BW going to be taking this in any second now. An opportunity to tie this game up 1-1.
50% ad, it seems like, and we have an aggressive heavy. Eclipse is going to be pushing into last. He has been caught out, spotted, so the soldiers know that this is the play, but they're going to be popping in onto their soldiers, and they get Acrom down immediately early. This is exactly what happened last time. Now they pull Eclipse in to try to do some late after Ubercharge push, and there we go. Tapping the point. Excellent job by the aggressive heavy pushing to last.
Yeah, it's always worrying when there's the aggressive heavy coming in late. Sometimes that's where it all goes wrong, but it paid off. The Uber was really effective. The soldier that was Uber that bombed in, he did a ton of damage, took out Zhao. So nice push in there from BW.
Now we're coming to this next mid fight, tied up 1-1. Legit gonna be bombed forward as well, thrown way up into the air as Hasten. Zolak again gonna be trying to come up through that drop down. This is what he did last time as well. He's gonna be finding the back of Wanderlust, and he should be able to find that frag. He's getting that pack. Meanwhile, the rest of his team are pushing across the points, doing a lot of damage that he can clean up on. Nobody's really been able to be collapsed on here. It's a 4v3 as another player goes down on the side of BW. You can see, oh man, him getting taken out as well. Looks like this is going to be a decisive mid in favor of Swift, and with Seiko getting taken down pretty late there, it's going to be 100% ad for Zhao as well.
Yeah, Seiko just coming up now, 0% to his name. As Swift, they're already up in this lobby. It looks like they want to also go for the river push with the soldier and the scout. Are we paused again?
We sure are. So, they're just having a rough time of it, I suppose. I'm hoping it's not more server issues, but I would say that that's likely. We'll find out shortly here, as they're just going to be paused. I mean, yeah, this is a very good opportunity for Swift.
Yes, it is. You have a few players barely getting out of the spawn here for BW. Swift with an opportunity to push. This looks like a good old-fashioned pause here. That's what it looks like to me. This doesn't look like the weird server issues where they're lagging around. This looks like a, pause we've all seen. So hopefully that's all it is. But yeah, Swift, they're post up. They want to go through river, soldier, scout, Uber. Just finishing this cap on 2. And we are on pause. There is a pyro, though, on the... Okay, we're not on pause. Oh, now we're back to this one.
Yeah, now we're at the weird moving pause. Where players are still sort of jittering around, looking around. It's like... I don't know. It's like it's pause that lasts for, like, a period of time. And so they're still able to move for this time. But, like, not very well. I don't know. I have no idea, Mela. But I hope it gets cleared up soon.
Yeah, Swift though, in those 3 seconds of playtime, we're able to get right up to the river door. They're ready to go. There's a pyro waiting though, a laggy pyro. Does lag even matter on pyro though? So he's ready to go. And then the rest of BW, they're just hanging out.
Isn't the way the pyro works is that, like, the way the flamethrower, like, spews out flames, it's, like, heavily dependent on your ping. So if you have, like, a really high, like, ping on pyro, you actually do less damage than if you actually have a really good connection. I thought I heard that somewhere.
I'm not sure. I've never heard that. You might be right.
Yeah.
Or,
well,
I mean, that sounds like it would, I guess, maybe make sense. You could just be making that up, though. But I believe you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.
I believe it, though.
Great. Well, it's a fact now. Valve implement it.
Actually, though, here, if we really want to try to break down this last push, I think it's not going to work. And I'm going to tell you why.
Oh.
They do have a pyro. The pyros are very good at Cornpop. And I don't know if you've heard, but since this Jungle Inferno update of last fall, pyro is good. Now,
Yes.
if Wanderlust gets the buff right here, and he presses mouse 2 to air blast this Uber, deny the Uber, the post Uber is going to be tough. And let me tell you why. Look at who's on mid right now. Go, Cornpop, go all the way to mid.
I'm going.
In fact, go all the way to choke and see. So look at who's just getting to choke right now. You see, that's a demo. That is Akram, the demo man.
Yes.
Now, it's not going to be easy to take this last without a demo man into a pyro. A soldier, you think a soldier's going to kill a pyro? Cornpop, soldier has never killed a pyro before. That's actually never happened once in TF2. So
No.
I'm going to say right now, this last push is not going to work. BW are, in fact, going to hold here. And they likely... Oh, I heard a demo man say something.
Well,
we're still not unpaused.
Wanderlust, I can speak. Okay, I might not be able to speak the same language as these players, but I do know what it means when he types "oof" into the chat.
Yeah, that transcends language and culture. You're right.
I would agree. I would say this is very much an "oof" situation, because A, their last push is apparently about to not work, but B, this is a strange batch of server issues. But that's an interesting point you bring up. There's no demo man that's going to be involved with this push at all. Legit fires a rocket. Oh, he fires a second. He's getting some free damage shout out to Hasten here in the pause.
Pad and stats.
Oh, this could be effective if they can.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, well, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we're live. Watch this Uber fail right now as the soldier comes in and look at that right click. He gets launched away. Ninjak's trying to get on point. Sticky's coming in. Just now getting some cap time. Actually, they are going to need to clear these scouts off the point. Old scouts on there, and well, I was wrong once again. Oh, there goes my analyst career's out the window, Cornpop. This is the last you'll be hearing of me.
Yeah, who lets you play or talk about the game? Good lord. That's okay, though, because that means that it is a 2-1 scoreline in favor of SVIFT, and we're coming to this next mid-fight. Hopefully, okay, this is maybe where the pause happens. Okay, right here. And 2 players killed themselves right to the start of the mid, and due to that, it doesn't look like B-Work are going to actually show up to that mid-fight, so... Not sure, that might be some more of the technical issues. Kind of unfortunate that it basically lost them the mid. But, oh, Unled was AFK going to that mid fight. That would explain what happened.
Interesting. Well, he's no longer AFK because he kills Ninjax in lobby, but he will be retreating to last along with the demo man tagged up now as XD, but I believe that's not still. There's a scout on the point. He is going to go down there low on HP. Actually, multiple players on the point trying to get this cap time. Ninja goes down. A weird push from SVIFT. They didn't have... He had 99% Uber when he died. Oh. And all the players now falling for the side of SVIFT is... What is... Wait,
They're
what?
Just chilling, I
They're
guess.
just looking at him. He was taking his time there. He was lining it up.
Okay. That's
well,
a big fight.
SVIFT, they all go down. Powa is on the sniper, though. He's
Yes.
watching the big door. He's scoped up.
Looks like there's some
coming.
invisible players, from what I'm hearing. And I just got linked a new STV link, so I think we're gonna not continue on with this round. I mean, we're 90 seconds in the past, so maybe the players don't know it yet. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Mela, that this round doesn't matter, or at least what's happening right now.
Okay. So we're getting a new STV, and it's going to be 1-1, is what you're telling me.
It should be 2-1, right? Because they got one the first round as well.
Oh. Okay.
Before the original pause.
Right. Very right.
So yeah, now it seems like the players have stopped doing their thing. So we'll try to move over to this last SCV. We apologize for the issues, but we're just the watchers. I mean.
Yeah, we don't have control of anything, unfortunately.
Nope. And
all right, I am connecting to the new server.
I am as well. I'm gonna try to get in. Might be some issues with this, but I think I just messed up in typing this. So Console's my man. He's on top of things. So we're gonna begin this next server. and getting back into the game. Obviously, still 2-1 in favor of SVIFT, but currently we're still getting some issues. So,
Oh boy.
yikes.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah.
Boy, this is awkward now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna continue trying to get in. I don't know. We might throw to music while we try to sort this out. I don't think it'll be long. But we're just going to jam out for a few minutes while we sort these things out. Stick around because this should only be a few minutes before we're back. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have finally got our issues sorted. We have all the players in a brand new server, so we're getting ready to go. All the players are in and presumably excited to get playing. We are, of course, on map number 3 in our best of 5. SVIFT have taken the first 2. The first one was very, very close, back and forth the whole game. The second one was a little bit more of a roll, but Mela, we're going live here as we're starting. I'm probably halfway through. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to set up, but I think they're going to try to recreate their situation.
Yeah, I believe there's probably, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15 to 20 minutes left in this. 2-1 up is the side of SWIFT SA. Decent mid so far, though, from BW. They were able to convert one round, which they weren't able to do on the last map, so we'll see. They're keeping it close, though.
Yeah, it seems like SWIFT are showing up to mid, and actually a big snipe coming out from Unled, gonna take down Powa. So that's one more player taken down. I think how that was work is they were trying to give it up. They're gonna lose Nas though, and that's no more scout on the side of B work. They're gonna get taken down there. So Hasten's still actually in a bit of a position to get down on the medic, and if this could actually be really big, he takes down legit. So actually not gonna be able to take down the medic or anything like that, but still a nice trade by him. Better than just dying, I guess. Oh, Unled getting taken down is not good though.
Yeah, opens it up for a push here from SWIFT. They're working their way through the dungeon. Looks like they want to take this in main. They have the demo and the scout. Sticky's going up. I'm not really sure. They're kind of, wasting a potential push opportunity there as they're allowing Unled to come back up onto the sniper once again. The rest of the SWIFT members rolling out here to the lobby. Legit, he's going to get that buff. Hoopers are equal at 100 and 100, so now it's just in the hands of SWIFT. What do they want to go for? They just want to go for the trade. They've been doing that a lot. They just walk in main. Yeah, both Hoopers now pop.
That shows some confidence here, but they're gonna lose Power and Legit very early. That's 2 fragging players down. Zolak actually hits a nice rocket down onto Nas as he manages to hit him there. Now it looks like Zolak does get cleaned up by Eclipse down below in water, so that leaves 5 left alive on the side of B-Work, and they're looking to push out against these 3 Swift players. You can see already Unled up on Sniper, looking down and finds the head of Akrom. That's a big pick. Definitely, if they didn't want to stay in before, they certainly do not want to after. And it looks like most of Swift have backed off to their middle point. A-okay.
Yeah, Power, he comes back up on the counter Sniper here, and it's going to pay off. He domes Unled. So now Swift with that man advantage, they have an opportunity to work their way in here. I'd kind of like to see him go big door with Pow and try to get an angle. Yeah, Pow is over there, but the combo's remaining and choke. Stickies from Nas coming in. We're going to keep them at bay. Pow just watching the flank, but no one going to show themselves. He's working his way up, and actually, look at how much ground he's covering right now. But taking a lot of damage, he's going to have to back all the way out of there.
And with a sniper on both sides, I mean, we're probably just going to be playing the head game here. Who can click better? And Powa, you can tell he's challenging over on this big door, and Unled as well wants to try to meet him here, but they just haven't quite managed to spot each other just yet. But until they do, we're going to be looking at this situation with a tale of 2 snipers, and it looks like it's going to go in favor of Unled. Sniped down by Powa, and with that 1 frag, they kind of got things opened up for them. They're just going to choose to pop in through this choke area, exchanging both Uber charge. You can see Legit just walking forward, but does eat a no-scope body shot in by Unled. Gets that frag now. Eclipse also goes down. So that's going to make it a 5-on-5 as some players coming up off that respawn. Powa still on that sniper class. They're expecting it to kind of stay in the stalemated situation, and it seems like that will be how it goes. Zhao got a little bit low there, but he's not going to die or anything, so just an exchange. We're back to where we were.
Yeah, mistake there from BW is that they had a great exchange. They had 2 picks. Obviously, when they have the sniper, it's going to be tougher to push in. But the sniper, who is now deceased because of the Powa headshot, you could have pushed around big door and tried to get a shot in there. Powa's going to get aggressive in the big door, though. The sniper on the other side, not able to connect anything as the soldiers are bombing through. Legit in deep, jumping off the wall. Zolak taking out Hasten with the rockets. Nas 1 onto Legit, and then gets domed by Powa, who's just picking off players left and right. Ninjax cleaning up Wanderlust, and now Seiko just caught with no one to help him. He is doomed. He does go down. Zolak picking up 3 frags there in that fight. Sniper up top wants to kill Akram, but not gonna happen.
Oh!
Oh my god. That was just unnecessary, Powell. Come on.
Oh, just disrespectful. You can hear the headshot still ringing out. I mean, Ninja's just running forward, does get clobbered on by Eclipse, but now the overcharge being popped off by Swift, and they're getting so many frags here. Hasten gets taken down. Zolak's on that point, and nobody's really willing to stop him, so that's going to be another round in favor of them. I believe that's 3-1 on the scoreboard now, so with about 17:20 left on that clock, it is going to be looking pretty good for Swift. Still a lot of time here, but definitely potential for them to end out the game in only 2 more rounds.
Yep, still a sniper here in the hands of BW on lead. Gonna try to go for the crucial picks on this mid to win them the fight.
Legit bombs very early, actually, and gets right in onto Seiko. That first frag opens things up for his team tremendously. No more heals, but the rest of his team are completely crumbling. Swift aren't really finding anything at all. The Forbes, or the unled sniper, not really being successful at all. But regardless, the team seems to be shaping up here. Powa and Hasten ends up trading, and Zolak's in here, not able to find that demo frag that he was looking for. 8 HP left on the demo man there. Wanderlust.
Yeah, the unled sniper was successful only in that it drew Powa all the way out of the fight. Powa went, he beelined straight for him in the big door and then chased him all the way towards the lobby door. He got the kill, it just drew Powa out of the fight, which, I mean, that's, hey, you know, not bad to take Powa out of the fight. He's a pretty influential player. Sniper, kind of alone there. He's gonna go down to Legit, who hits him with the taunt, and will survive.
Always nice here. We see Ninjax also on sniper class, peeking from that big door in a very tight angle here, and Hasten's gonna walk right into it, not getting punished though, actually getting some free damage down onto Zolak, and because of all that, I heard a headshot ring out, but it wasn't enough to take down Nos, and Hasten ends up with a frag. Nos gets the second one down onto Zolak, so Suddenly, they find themselves in a 2-pick position, just getting aggressive on the flank onto that sniper. The Kritzkrieg actually has been popped off by Swift. We've seen him use this quite a lot. They've cleaned 2 frags up, including the medic.
God.
Oh no, unled and last player's alive. It is a heavy still on this middle point, but he's not going to be too successful other than just getting the demo man down. Akrom ends up dying. Seiko says rep our bot in chat, and there's a bit of a back cap happening here from Nah. He's trying to get to the second point, but is cleaned up in the end by Ninjax. Ends up getting that frag and still pushing forward. Nice pipe coming out from Wonderlust. He's actually swapped classes now with Nos to be playing that demo man, and Zolak with very little HP should be okay getting another middle point.
Yeah, the midpoint has been capped here by Swift, and weird situation is Ninjax in behind, eats the Eclipse air shot, but that was very strange. That was actually potentially dangerous for the whole of BW as they were exposed in the choke, but Medic is going to be able to get out of there alive, and they're down, they're 5v6, their bot has been repped. He's gone.
Clearly. Oh boy, Zolak's going to get taken down by Hasten. Making it a 5-on-5 now. Legit bombs in though, and a great job takes down Seiko. I hear a headshot ring out as well, makes Nos very, very low, as well as Eclipse bombing forward. Does get the medic though, again taken down by the body shot. No scope comes out and takes down him, but with Zhao not on the field anymore, that's gonna even out the Uber charges. No medic on either side. Pao has been hitting a lot of crazy shots recently. Gets another one onto the demo man of Wanderlust. The fact that it's a 5v6, I mean, doesn't help their cause at all. Gonna lose the second point.
Yes, still a 5v6 here, I guess, as Swift, med just very low. Wait, what? Oh, there's a guy, okay, that's why. There's a soldier just hiding. But he's gonna get hammed, and now, a 6v4. I think Swift are gonna win this. That's my big prediction here, Cornpop.
Bold call, especially with Seiko just sort of chilling out in lobby stand and still does get headshot down. I'm not sure if we're still really playing right now, Mela, but Wanderlust is getting a lot of frags while his cap point gets capped off, so I guess he can pad his stats a bit with that.
Yes. The stats have been padded, and it's now 4-1 for Swift, correct?
Should be, yes. That should be the current scoreline.
It won't be 4-1 for long, I'm thinking.
Well, it might. We were having a fun little pause here once again. So,
oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're back.
Oh. Are we? I'm not.
Oh, I'm back. I'm watching this mid unfold. Oh, now it's ended. Did you just witness like 3 Swift players die?
No. Players are still,
I just saw that.
Players are still paused rolling out on my screen, so.
Oh, interesting. So, let me give you a little update. So, on the mid, the team with 5 players to begin is somehow winning. It's now 4v3. Their soldier bomb killed both the Swift soldiers and the medic. So, you know, it's about to be 4-2 real soon.
All right, all right. Well, regardless of where you're paused, we're currently paused right now. So, I don't know. I hope this isn't more of the same issues. But it may end up being so. So, we're not just on here to talk to you guys. I mean, we'd like to be able to get on with this game, but at the moment, it doesn't seem like we're gonna be able to do that. It's going pretty decisively in favor of Swift, though. I mean, when we do get these brief chances to play, it seems like Swift have been consistently dominant on these last 2 maps. The first one was definitely a lot more up in the air, but at this point, Swift are 1 round away from being crowned the top team of South America, and so while we would love to be able to celebrate that and actually allow it to happen, it's gonna be rough to get there apparently.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, one of the teams only has 5 players. That's
yeah.
That's usually a detriment to the hopes of victory.
So I mean, I'll try to talk with some of the players and admins and see if we can figure out what's going on. But I don't want to go to music again because I could just unpause here. So we'll probably just end up chilling out here. I'm not sure like what the deal is with that last player as well. I believe it's Unled, who's no longer in the server. So with him gone, like obviously that's not gonna it's not gonna be a huge help. to the B work squad. But 5v6 and with so many pauses, obviously it's not the way you want to be playing TF2. So I hope that they can get these issues solved, or you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got a message from Zolak that it's over. They have given up.
Well,
so official champions of South America.
That's anticlimactic.
It's a little, yeah. But I mean, Swift were winning pretty decisively anyways, so we probably saw this coming, but certainly I would have liked to see it played out. But yes, Swift SA are your Chapelaria Season 3 Grand Champions and champions of the entire continent down there. So big congratulations to them. I think they earned it, regardless of what you thought, especially of this final map. Wish we could have played it out a little bit better. But, you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes with so many technical difficulties. It can be kind of sucky, but at this point, you know, what can you do? It's technology, and this kind of stuff happens from time to time.
Yes, it does. But congratulations to Swift SA. And congratulations to, you know, they had some solid players over on that team. They, you know, played well overall, played well individually. And logs seem to be unavailable, but you know that's neither here nor there, considering you know, this game was, you know, unorthodox to say the least.
Yeah, it'd be a bit of a challenge to get logs up for this, and with the amount of pausing we had, I can't imagine that anybody wants to see those damage numbers. So with that, I mean, we will probably just be closing things out here. I'd like to thank everybody for watching the stream and supporting the South American scene. It was, regardless of the issues we had, Mela, I'm glad that we finally got to cover South America on Team Fortress TV. I did really enjoy it, especially that first two maps. When we weren't having the issues here, it's great to see the South American community coming out and putting on a show for us, because you know, it's great to see the other scenes. Like, we see North America a lot, we see Europe a lot, we see like Australia every now and again, but these smaller regions we don't get to shine light on too often. So it's nice when we actually get to get to see them.
Absolutely. You know, Cornpop, you know, we may be from all different corners of the world, but we're one big community playing Team Fortress 2, and it's a beautiful thing. All right.
Yeah, but that is going to be, I don't know, we're talking about interviews maybe. So stick around for that.
Maybe.
We'll see. I'm going to try to get that set up, but in the meantime, I mean, certainly Swift played well. B-Work played very well as well. I'm hearing that Ninjax is willing to do an interview, so I'll try to get that set up as we get going here. So stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are here with Ninjax for a post-match interview. Ninjax, you just won the Chapelaria, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Season 3 Grand Finals with your team, Swift South America. How does it feel?
Feels great. It's something that I've been waiting to win for like a few months now, since this roster is made like with a lot of people that, besides Pawa, like most of our players haven't really accomplished much at the game, so like all of us wanted to win something, so it actually feels good.
Right, so for a lot of us here, at least in the caster booth, we maybe don't know a whole lot about the South American scene. So how big of a deal is this to you? I mean, just being able to play in this Chapelaria League, do you feel like this is maybe a significant improvement from what we've seen in South America before? Is this kind of how the scene's been for a while now?
I kind of feel like South America in general has always been more DM based than like other leagues, especially for example North American one, where like people try to like push all the time and are very coordinated. Here we're mostly are like DM based, you know, pushes and all of that, so it's much more different than any other league, I'd say. Yeah, I feel like right now we're like slowly trying to get few better players than before. Like this scene had like a few years where it was like kind of dead, but now it's like starting to go back. But I think it's like still far away from what it used to be for like a few years ago.
Yeah, okay. And so, obviously you're playing under the SVIFT name and the SVIFT brand. How did that deal end up coming about? Were you guys approached by them? Did you reach out, and why did you decide to sign on with that org?
I think it was Simsi that added my team leader and asked him like how our team was, if we were like a top 2 team or something, and then like when he told him that like we won last UGCs and we were aiming to win this one, he just signed us for the sponsorship.
Very nice, very nice. And so, how did this team actually like come together? I mean, you guys obviously had to start playing together in some form. Did you guys just how did the team end up forming in the beginning?
Me and Legit had been playing for another team before, and we kind of wanted to make a team in which like we could like teach people how to play the game.
Hmm.
And we tried to find people that were like dedicated and wanted to improve, and that's how we got most of our roster. And then we got Pawa that was coming back into the game, so we got him too.
I see. And so you specifically are maybe a little bit more familiar to the North American audience because you played on Black Swan this season. What impacted your decision to join that team? Like, how did that end up coming, and why did you want to play in the North American League as well as down here in the South American League?
I mostly wanted to play North America because I just feel like I always feel like improving, so I feel like playing with Harden Fang would be much more a challenge for me. And I also managed to learn a lot as in game sense wise. I managed to learn a lot about pushing and like when to hold and positioning.
I see. So I mean, this can be kind of difficult to tell because we can't really test it at all, but how would you feel that your team, the top South American team, matches up in terms of the rest of the world, or at least in the rest of like North America? I mean, you have some invite experience. You should kind of have a feel for those teams. How would you say that your team matches up against the North American scene at the very least?
It's really hard to tell because our main problem we have is that we don't have any way of like improving at all because we don't have any better teams to scream or anything. So that's basically the main problem we have. But I would say that we would be like intermediate level.
All right, all right. And then, do you think there's any possibility we could see a South American team attending a LAN at any time in the future?
It really depends on how much money we want to spend and also where it's being held because there are a lot of problems that we have with going to the US. You need to get a visa and all of that, and it takes a lot of time. Not a lot of people are willing to do that just for playing a video game, but if we all are really into it, we may be going.
All right, all right. That's fair enough. I think that's all I wanted to get out of you. Melee, do you have anything else to add?
Oh, well, I was just going to ask, I mean, do you or any other players on the team continue planning on playing or playing for the first time in ESEA or doing more in North America as well?
Legit will probably keep on playing his intermediate team. I still don't really know what I'm gonna do next season, but I'll probably end up playing for some team. And then I think there are a lot of other players I want to try playing in North America too, especially with the Pro League thing that's going on right now.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for me, Cornpop. You got anything else?
All right, I think that's all. So thank you for talking with us, Ninjax. Congratulations once again on winning the Chapelaria Season 3 Grand Finals. And then thanks for coming in and talking with us about the whole scene and your team and the future for you guys. So for the rest of us, mine has, of course, been Cornpop, and I've been casting with Mela. Console's been running your stream all night, so shout out to him in the chat. Producers never get enough love. And coming up forward on Team Fortress TV, we've got the ESEA Invite playoffs starting up is either next week or the week after. So be sure to follow and hit us up on all the social media, and we'll see you next time.